great that it's beyond profound. Now I'm about to show you who's the best. Tell me where's the crown. I'm coming for what's rightfully mine to take it. If you think that I'm gon' quit, well then you've mistaken. This game brings pain, that's the price you pay. And I'll state I'm the greatest that has ever even dared to play it. Greatest lessons I'm taught by being heartbroken. Hungry tired so much your eyes are hard to open. My fears have taught me how to look into their eyes, rip off their mask and see the truth that's behind. I saw that they are nothing but a guide I should follow to achieve all the things on my mind. The reason that I've lived in a lie that it's the red light is cause I was afraid to try. I'm a champion, I've got the plan in my hands, watch what I'll become. Whoever tells me to surrender, I will raise them up. There's nobody that can stop me, I'm a champion. I'm a champion, I've got the plan in my hands, watch what I'll become. Whoever tells me to surrender, I will raise them up. There's nobody that can stop me, I'm a champion. I've got the strength of a mind you have not seen. I've spent years dedicated, it must be the passion in me that doesn't let me sleep. I want to be the best, I'm headed for the peak. Restless, that's just the principal law. Destiny was calling, so I answered the call. I was chosen for greatness, to rise and to fall, and to never end the cycle, to be greater than all. Be aware, go prepare, cause I'm coming to take the world like a storm taking over the summit. As the lightning strikes the ground, watch me as I summon. I'm coming for the throne now, there's no discussion. Push me off a cliff and witness me flying back. Throw me to the wolves and I'm leading the pack. I'm unstoppable, it's highly improbable that I'm going out of a battle without the win flag on my back. I've been fighting through my whole life. I choose to live, I choose to thrive. I will never settle and just survive. I know I have to fight for what is mine, so I fight to keep my dreams alive. I live my life on the front line. If I slip or fall, I won't stop climbing. I was raised by adversity, I was trained by pain. I was built from the struggle, went against the grain. I embraced all the challenges, never complained. I stand out from the crowd, I am not the same. They say I'm insane, I say nah, I'm just brave. I'm not afraid, I've got the heart of a lion. Nothing can stop me, I won't stop trying. I won't stop fighting, I will stand strong until the day I'm gone. I'll never back down from a fight, ever. You can see the hunger in my eyes. I'm a warrior, I'm a warrior, I'm a warrior, I'm a warrior. The devil said I can't withstand the storm. I replied, I am the storm. I am, I'm a warrior, I'm a warrior, I'm a warrior, I'm a warrior.
Every day I wake up, it's just another day. I'm ready for whatever may come my way. If I'm confronted with another storm, I've got the strength to carry on. This is nothing I ain't dealt with before. I'm a warrior that's ready for war. If I'm alone with a part of a team, I'm ready for it all. I'm used to having my back against the wall. I'm used to handling the pressure of it all. I'm used to it. My mind is my strongest weapon. Strong mind, strong life, yeah, I live that message. I made it through the negativity, the stress and depression. See, they were blessings that gave me crucial life lessons. Now I don't live by life's challenges, but I don't back down neither, so whatever comes, I'll handle it. Just know I'm harder than the hard times. I'm tougher than the tough times. I'm a warrior at my prime. I will never back down from a fight. You can see the hunger in my eyes. I'm a warrior. I'm a warrior. I'm a warrior. I'm a warrior. The devil said I can't withstand the storm. I replied, I am the storm. I'm a warrior. I'm a warrior. I'm a warrior. I'm a warrior. I will never back down from a fight. You can see the hunger in my eyes. I'm a warrior. I'm a warrior. I'm a warrior. I'm a warrior. The devil said I can't withstand the storm. I replied, I am the storm. I'm a warrior. I'm a warrior. I'm a warrior. I'm a warrior.
Righty, hey guys, welcome to the Advanced Appointment Setting SOPs workshop. Just want to make sure you guys can hear me before we get started. If you can hear me, just give me a thumbs up or give me a nod, give me a smile, give me something else. Cool. Looking forward to spending a few hours with you to share the science and the art of appointment setting. There's a lot of people not here. There should be at least 200 people on this call. So a lot of our VAs are not here. This is compulsory training for them as well. So I don't know, Noemi and Kathleen and guys, we can round them up. Even our guys aren't on here, like Daphne and so forth. Ray's not here either. Can we give Ray a buzz? Ray needs to be on here as well, so maybe she'll sleep or something. It's not like Ray to sleep in. So anyway, so guys, welcome. Who we got on the call? Let's take a quick look. As we dive in, just in the chat box, just introduce yourself, say hi, where in the world you are. And we have a couple of different people here. We've got some of you that are in the business coaching program. We've got some of you that are hiring VAs for us, not in the business coaching program. We have our angels here. And then we have everybody else. So additional to our team. So what I'll get everybody to do is let's do it this way. If everybody can type number 1, 2, 3, or 4. Number 1, you're in the business coaching program. Number 2, you're hiring a VA through us, but not in the business coaching program. Number 3, you're one of our angels. Type number 3. And if you're here, but you're not a client yet, you're not hiring a VA in the business coaching program, just type number 4. So number 1, I'm a business coaching client. Number 2, I'm hiring a VA, but not in the business coaching program. Number 3, I'm an angel. Number 4, you are not yet a paying client. Just type the number, that'd be awesome. Let's have a look at the chat. Let's get this going. No, one of our angels, welcome. Tanya in the business coaching program. D, hiring a VA through us. Welcome, D. Follow up your VA. Make sure your VA is on here. This is compulsory training for the VAs. All of our hundreds of VAs are meant to be here, which means a lot are not here. So if you're hiring a VA through us, make sure you reach out to them. Aaron in the business coaching program. David in the business coaching program. Christine, one of our angels, welcome. Laurie's in the group program. Victoria, one of our angels, welcome. Craig Tolson, good to see you here, brother, in the business coaching program. Marika, one of our angels. Vanessa, in the business coaching program, welcome. Elizabeth, in the business coaching program, welcome. Marie Minor Nugent, in the business coaching program, both business coaching programs, actually. She's hungry. Alicia, hiring a VA through us, welcome. Maynette, one of our angels. Min, one of our angels. Vedas, brother, in the group business coaching program. Jesse, one of our angels. Lee, we got Lee here, hiring a VA through us. Welcome, good to see you again. Marla, hiring a VA through us. Erica, in the business coaching program. April, one of our angels. Kamusta. Hustle, one of our angels. Hercule, Arno, Yesha, Grace. Grace, you made it. Amazing. Grace is here. Marika, Laurie, Myla, all these guys are angels. Bayer. Wow, Bayer is here. Good to see you here, Bayer. Yeah, good to see you here. So for those of you that are in the business coaching program, I'll invite you to focus on the system side of this today because these will be action items for you in the next 2 weeks. So it'd be good for you to focus on that. And this is compulsory coaching, compulsory training for all of your business coaching clients. So we do have a one-on-one business coaching program. And if you're in the one-on-one business coaching program, you're either working with Lisa, Julie, or Michael, our 3 amazing international business coaches who are on this call as well. Michael's here, Lisa's here. I think Julie's away. She might be having internet issues as well. So if you're working with one of those guys, we also have an amazing group business coaching program. We just launched a new cohort. And for when you join the business coaching program, we actually give you a month free VA in the group and one-on-one. So if you're hiring a VA through us and you type number 2, this is a great opportunity, this session, to plug the holes in your business. Because what you will notice when we go through today's session, people underestimate how many components, facets, elements there is to the science and the art of appointment setting. It's pretty much as extensive as sales as a topic, and people don't realize that. So right now, if you want more appointments, if you want more sales, if you want to grow your business, part of the reason it's not growing fast enough is we're not putting enough in the top of the funnel, but there's also holes in the middle or the bottom of the funnel, which means it's seeping out and you're not growing. So this is a great opportunity if you're hiring a VA through us to communicate with your VAs in this call and say, oh, we're not doing this, we're not doing this, we need to do this. So this is a great opportunity for you to communicate with VA. If your VA is not on here, you can go to the participants list, should be able to see that. Shoot them a Facebook message, they should be on here. Noemi, if you can just stay present on Facebook for a good half an hour, and if anyone's reaching out to you or needs anything, they can do that. That'd be awesome. Okay. And then we've got all of our angels here. So all of you angels that are here, I'm not accepting any requests from henceforth because it's just going to interrupt my flow. So don't send me any requests. It's already recording. I am recording it. I'll upload it into the group later. Okay. If you're one of our angels, Kamusta, Mabuti, thank you for joining us. If you are an angel with us and you're working with a client that wants more appointments, as the saying goes, what we say in quantum virtual assistants, if you want to earn more, you've got to learn more. So thank you to each of you because it's like 6 a.m. there for getting up and being here on time. I appreciate you. Again, there's literally like 150 VAs that aren't here that are meant to be here. So that was Noemi, and I Noemi had yesterday off, and that was Kathleen and Min's job yesterday. But anyway, they'll be in trouble on Monday in the meeting. But it's all about the people that are here. So those of you that are here, thank you for joining us. Do we have anyone that's not? I don't think we have anyone that isn't a client. We might have a couple of you guys. So if you're not yet a client with us, welcome. You're going to get a lot from today as well. Tanya, thank you for getting up early. Angels, amazing value. Yes. Michael Scott. Yes. Laurie. Cool, 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 cool. Awesome. Alrighty. I'm just going to stop sharing this as well. Here we go. If everyone can please turn your videos on, audio's off. I want to make it interactive and engaging. If I get more energy from you, you'll get more from me as well. Okay. So if you haven't yet, grab pen and paper, take lots of notes. I do have slides for today. And of course, I am recording this session. Now, because of the technical elements, we're not Facebook live streaming this into Facebook, but it will be uploaded as a video, and you'll get access to that as well in the Facebook group. So what's the purpose of today? Very simple. It's if you're a business owner, it's how do we get you book solid with as many sales calls as you can handle every single week? How would you like to be able to wake up every Monday, book solid with sales calls more than you can handle? How would you like that? David, what would it mean for you? Craig, what would it mean for you if you to wake up every Monday with as many sales calls you could handle? Like, what would that actually mean for you? Because we're here talking about appointments. We're here talking about sales calls, but it's so much more than that. We're here to talk about business, Andrew. We're here to talk about growing your business, Lisa, but it's not about the money, is it? It's about the impact that we have, helping more people and doing it in a way that creates freedom, financial freedom in our own lives, and perhaps even generational wealth and leave a legacy. So I want to invite you guys to recognize that the only thing for you business owners that's stopping you from growing more or faster, Vicky, is the lack of quantity and quality of appointments. The number one reason people don't book more appointments is very simple. Chelsea, they just don't spend enough time booking appointments. So we're going to talk a bit about that today as well. Who's heard the saying that 80% of success is psychology and 20% is mechanics? Who's heard that saying before? Yeah, if you heard that before, I often say that 72.7% of all stats are made up. I don't know how accurate that is, but I'm pretty sure we can all agree that business and life is more of an inner game than it is an outer game. We live in the outer world of people, the environment, the economy, the weather, money, and the inner game of thoughts, feelings, beliefs, fears, values. So today, it's not so much about the strategy, it's your attitude about it, how you think and feel about it. Okay, we're going to talk a bit about the psychology of that as well. Okay. For you angels and you VAs, by a show of hands, who's currently working with a client that wants appointments? Angels, by a show of hands. Grace, let me see your hand. You know, I can see you guys. Yeah, if you're a VA, if you're an angel working with a client that wants more appointments, then this training, yeah, you're going to learn advanced strategies on how to be able to get your client more appointments, which means more bonuses for you, Arnell, more money for you, and also your client's going to be happier, so you're going to have longer term, more consistent work. Angels, how would you like consistent full-time work for years to come? Would you guys like that? I'm telling you now, Angels, the best skill that you can master, and only a couple of you are masters. Arnell is a world-class appointment setter. There's a few of you, Grace, world-class, Daphne, world-class. There's a few of you on here. But most of you angels are not yet world-class. You're good or great, but most of you are not world-class. And if you take the time, angels, to really dedicate yourself to mastering what I'm sharing with you today, and above and beyond today, continue to work on it, you'll make more money than all your friends. You'll have a very happy client, and you'll have consistent full-time work for years to come. Who's currently a VA working part-time for your client that wants full-time work? Who's a VA that wants more hours? If you want more hours, if you help your client, business owners that are hiring VA, David, Vedas, all of you guys, Erica, if your VA gets you more clients, would you increase their hours by show of hands? Everyone raise your hands. We all would, right? Of course. Angels, did you see that? So if you want more hours, if you want more money, today's session and what I'm about to share with you is how to do it. Okay. I do want to take a moment to say thank you and welcome to the coaches here. We've got Lisa Jowett in the house, Michael Scott in the house. Who's working with one of our business coaches? Michael, Lisa, Julie. This is an opportunity for you to interact, communicate with them if you like, and also your VAs as well. Coaches, thank you for joining us and thank you for all you do. The last few weeks, I have been a little bit, there has been a couple of things I've had to reschedule. I have been a little bit unwell on the Gold Coast. Tomorrow I head to Bali, and you can still hear in my voice, my ears were bleeding the other day. And there's nausea and vertigo here because of the pollution from chemtrails and so forth. So thank you for the last few weeks, but we're here today, and I'm excited to serve you and share with you the advanced appointment setting SOPs workshop in a way that you've never seen it before as well. So everyone's going to get something new today. So what are we going to talk about today? First of all, we're going to talk about the science and the art of appointment setting SOPs. What does SOP stand for? Most people should know what SOP stands for. Standard operating procedures. So what are the specific systems? I love that, people. Vicky, I'll be right back. Awesome. We'll see you soon. I love that you share that. That's awesome. As long as I'll be right back. I'm just going to the toilet. Yes, Aldwin, good to see you here. D, yeah, cool, awesome. So we're going to talk about that. Also, appointment setting, the same as sales, has 5 key components. 5 key components to appointment setting, and this entire session is built around those 5 components primarily. Number 1 is prospecting. The first part of, I'm going to share slides through as soon and go through this, so if you don't catch this, that's not a problem. But I'm going to talk about number 1, prospecting. Okay, it's the first component of appointment setting. Second component of appointment setting is pre-qualifying. So we're going to spend time on how to pre-qualify, but fully qualify. Who would like better quality appointments as well as quantity? Julio, would you like that? Would you guys like that? Yeah, so we're going to talk about that. The third component is what everybody normally focuses on, which is booking actual appointment. But that's equivalent to sales and closing. Closing is only one part of sales. The fourth part of appointment setting we're going to go through in depth today is the confirmation process, is actually getting people to show up. How much does it suck when you book an appointment, one, the terrible quality, or they just don't bloody show up? So how do we get better quality and higher show rates? Would you guys like a higher show rate? Cool. We're going to talk about the SOPs for that. And the fifth component, no one ever talks about an appointment setting. The fortune's in what? Who knows the end of that statement? The fortune is found in the follow-up. So the fifth part of appointment setting is the follow-up system. How do we follow up people that canceled or didn't show, or how do we follow up people and create this system and pipeline where we actually service people? Okay, so that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about the 3 different ways to book appointments. Okay, there's 3 different ways we can book appointments, and we're going to talk about all 3 today. The first way we can book an appointment is through a human being, either ourselves or an appointment setter. A human being, it's the most personable, most qualitative way to book an appointment. And there's 3 main ways that a human being can book it. We can do it ourselves, or we can hire an appointment setter. So we're going to talk about that. Number 2 is through ads. We're actually going to talk a little bit about appointment setting through ads today for the first time ever. I'm going to share with you the strategy we just launched. And the third way to book appointments is through AI. We're going to touch on that briefly. I'm going to share with you what we're testing at the moment as well. Okay, so today's going to go for about 2.5 hours from now. And I would say almost an hour of it is new content. About an hour of it is new content. Now, the cool thing about today is if you're hiring a VA through us, you've done the strategy call. Some of you did the appointment setting strategy session this week. Some of the stuff in that strategy call is in this session because not everybody on this call has been through the strategy sessions, and it is the foundational stuff. Today is a lot more in-depth, Marie, and a lot more advanced. So we get to take a peek behind the curtain of the intricate details, the more advanced, in-depth components of using Calendar, scheduling on Google Calendar, the follow-up system and how that works, the pre-qualifying steps exactly, the confirmation process in depth, the Facebook funnel and how I use my group in depth, and so forth, the DM process. So we get to go a little bit deeper today as well. So if you're hiring a VA through us today, there'll be stuff that you know and do. Yeah. So there'll be stuff that you know and don't do, but there'll also be some stuff that's new to you. But as the saying goes, repetition is the mother of all what? Repetition is the mother of all skill. Some of these metaphors are used for pre-framing. You'll hear me use on almost every training, and there's a reason for that. Okay. Vicky, have you ever read a book multiple times and every time you read it, you got something new? Every time, right? David, have you ever watched a movie multiple times? What's your favorite movie? Every time you watch it, did you get something new? Yes, because you're a different person, you have a different perspective, and you're seeing it through different lenses. So every time you hear something multiple times, yeah, recognize that, hey, there's going to be a new lesson in learning in that. And that's what mastery is, that repetition. How do we learn the times table, Lisa Jarrett? through repetition. Everyone learns the times table at school. Yeah. What's 6 times 6, everyone? You didn't learn the times table at school, Elizabeth. Really? What's 6 times 6? 36. What's 8 times 8? 64. What's 27 times 27? Oh, man, they didn't teach us that one. All right. That's the power of repetition. So there will be some components that are familiar today to you, but there will be a lot of new stuff as well. It'll be a lot of nuances, like more intricate details. If you knew just how detailed my overall system is, it will blow you away. I could probably do I reckon I could do a 3-day course just on appointment setting. Noemi, can you please ring Ray and ask her to join us? Because this is, Ray needs to be here. Can you please ring Ray, Noemi? Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So again, if you don't have pen and paper yet, whip out piece of paper, whip out some paper and a pen, take lots of notes, okay? Engage your mind. Because throughout this session, there's going to be some aha moments. You're going to have some epiphanies. And you're going to begin to realize, that one little thing that I'm not doing is actually making a massive difference. But more importantly, what you're going to notice, some of you guys, who's been with us for, like Vedas, you're going to have a list of 10 or 20 little things you're not doing that all become one big thing. Does that make sense? Because all of you have a lot of little things you're not doing in your online business, especially around appointment setting. Okay. So my suggestion to you guys that are in the business coaching program or hiring a VA, or to all of you, is grab a fresh piece of paper. Just grab a fresh piece of paper. Okay. At the top left of that piece of paper, notepad or printer, whatever, just grab a fresh piece of paper. And at the top piece, actually, everybody do this, angels as well. Angels, if you don't have paper, go get some. You need some paper. Okay, at the top left piece of the paper, put the number 1. Number 1, top left, far top left, put the number 1. Bottom left, very bottom left piece of the paper, put the number 3. And in the middle on the left, obviously, I'm sure you can guess what goes there, the number 2. So it should be 1 top left, 2 middle left, 3 bottom left. What's the purpose of this page? Because this session is going to be overwhelming. I'm going to overload you because I'm going to give you a lot of information. It's an information session. Okay. I'm giving you a recipe. Is it easier to remember or follow a recipe? To follow. So what the purpose of this page is I want all of you by the end of today to have up to 3. It can be 1, it can be 2, it can be 3, but up to 3, no more, but it can be less. 3 key points that I touch on today that you're going to execute immediately. I'll give you a day off or by Monday. So on that piece of paper, when I'm sharing this session with you, the strategies, when you realize it's actually a big thing you're not doing, going to implement or introduce with your VA, I want you to write it on that piece of paper. And I want you to have up to 3, and I'm going to ask you what they are at the end. Okay. What this will do is it will sift out through all of the other stuff that might not be as important to you. And this will allow you to have a bit more myopia focus. These are my 1, 2, 3 things I'm going to focus on immediately. In the coaching program, you guys know we talk about focusing where the high beams shine, right? The other thing I'm going to suggest you do is grab another piece of paper, another fresh piece of paper. And at the top of this piece of paper, everybody do this for me. I want you to write things I'm not yet doing. Things I'm not yet doing. Hopefully your piece of paper has lines going across the page. If not, that's fine. If it does, this will be easier. And I want you to have that piece of paper available, same as the other piece of paper, the 1, 2, and 3 on it. And what I want you to do is every time I share a strategy with you, you're like, we're not doing that. I believe that's going to be helpful. Just put it on that piece of paper. Okay. What you'll find, even the coaches, is you're going to have 10 to 20, if not more, items. Now, if you fill up that piece of paper, just turn it over and fill up the back as well. Okay, cool. Chelsea, I'm working all day cleaning windows. That sounds exciting. I'm using strategy with my clients. Oh, what I'm doing now with the piece of paper? Yeah. Well, what I'm doing now is I'm creating compliance, right? Because you're following you should be doing it. And by the way, if you're not using piece of pen and paper right now and you're just thinking, oh, that's okay, Jason can't see me, it doesn't matter. You're right. But if you can't take a moment to pull out a piece of paper and follow what I just got you to do, how the hell are you going to get booked all over the appointments from the strategies I give you? It makes no difference to me. It makes all the difference in the world to you. How hungry are you? How bad do you want to make more money? How bad do you want to have more impact? Here to learn it all, yeah. Who likes to learn? You guys like to learn? Who wants to learn today? You're all going to learn something. Even Michael and Julie and Lisa, there's about an hour new content today. Whenever I do these workshops, so I've done this workshop 4 or 5 times, but there's about an hour of new, more in-depth content because we get a little bit deeper, Michael, like into the intricacies. Um, it's about an hour of new content. If you like to learn, we say to the VAs, if you want to earn more, you got to learn more. But here's the thing about knowledge. Okay, are the most knowledgeable people the most successful people in the world? Not necessarily, are they? So knowledge is not power. It's the application of knowledge that's power. So I'm going to imbue upon you the recipe and the knowledge that you need to get book solid. If you follow the recipe I give you today, within the next 4 to 8 weeks, you will all be book solid. Period. Without a shadow of a doubt, every time. The reason why you won't is because most of you won't do the work. Yeah. You'll just sit here, take the information, go, that was a great session, and not do it all. Yeah. You want to give up cleaning? Yeah, let's do it. Let's get you quitting. Let's go. Yes. Pumped, ready, cool. And you got to find a way to get excited, right? Yeah, I know you're going to have to listen to my voice for about 2.5 hours. I'm not being paid to be here. So, you're not being paid to be here. You're not paying to be here. This is a free session. I'm here to serve you because I want to see all of you. Try not to swear in front of the angels. I want to see all of you win. And none of you are growing fast enough. None of you are financially free. None of you are in an abundance, like I have an amazing life right now. I want more, but I want to see all of you financially free. I want to see all of you making at least 20,000 a month. I want to see all of you angels book solid, full-time, working, consistently making big bonuses. I want to see all of you thriving. I am here to serve you. Okay, so I just hope that you have the motivation, you have the drive, you have the discipline, you have the testicular and intestinal fortitude, hustle to get to work and do the work. Okay, and get excited because if you do implement the strategies I give you today, you are going to get book solid. Like imagine getting 2 clients every week for a year. Just 2 clients every week. Right? Business owners, how much do you charge per client? Some of you heard me say this before. If you charge $200 a week, Marie, and you get 2 clients every week for a year, do you know how much revenue your business will be making after a year? 2 clients a week at $200 a pop each per week, if they worked out, if broken out, you'd be making $1 million a year in your business after 12 months. Who's ever got 2 clients in a week before? Most of you, some of you haven't launched yet. If you can get 2 clients in one week, you can get it in the second week. You get it in the second week, you get it in every bloody week. The key is consistency, and consistency and urgency are the 2 secret sources to appointment setting in the growth of your business. So, over the upcoming couple of hours, you're going to feel overwhelmed. Good. Okay. You might feel a little confused. Also good. Guys, can you turn your videos on, please, angels? Videos on, please. If the video's not on, you're not actually here. Video's on. You can be in your PJs. You can be eating breakfast. You can be in the shower. I don't mind. If you're breastfeeding, you have an exception. But otherwise, video's on, please, always. You can eat. Not a problem. I don't mind. Eat. Go for it. Do whatever you got to do. Okay. Video's on. Audio's off. Thank you very much. Cool. It makes my life easier too if I can see all your faces. Has anyone ever done a webinar without seeing anyone's face? Before Zoom, I used to use GoToWebinar or Webinar Jam. There was no video back then. It was weird. So the more faces I can see, and I'm sure you can understand this, the easier it makes my life, and it's more interactive and there'll be more energy as well. Yeah, Marie, like I'm an intense guy. I can be even abrasive, and my content can be very triggering. But I know I have a big heart and I care about you. My business, our mission, the team, the family I choose. I dedicate my entire life and have made sacrifices in my personal life for the mission of this company. Okay. So I legit want to see all of you crushing it, thriving, winning, traveling the world, buying property, doing the things you love, not stressing about money. Some of you are at a point where, oh, I don't know if I can pay for my VA this week. That's a shit place to be. Let's change that. I'm here to help you do that. So I just hope that you take some action and apply it. Okay. That was a bit intense, wasn't it? Not a good old webinar jam. Yeah, old school. Hey, webinar jam and go to a webinar. Yeah. Yeah, let's do it, baby. So I want you to think large. I want you to get excited about the possibility. Some of you are going through a tough time. Some of you are struggling financially. Some of you are going through relationship breakups or issues, or some of you are going through challenges in your life with kids or family. Good. Use this as a distraction. The best way to get through your own stuff is to help people through their stuff. And as we spoke about in the group program the other day, if you're going to be upset, sad, depressed, or have shit going on in your life, you might as well make good money in the process, right? We talked about Wolf of Wall Street, if you remember. I'd rather you cry in your private jet than, or whatever it was that we talked about the other day, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We all go through tough times. I have challenges in my life, probably very different to challenges you have. Yeah. But I want to see all of you free. I want to see all of you making more money, more abundance in your life, and Guys, VA's on, sorry, VA's videos on, please. The video's on, please, guys. Yep. Being broke is hard, being rich is hard. You just got to choose your hard, 100%. You can do what's easy now, so life's hard later, or you can do what's hard now, so life's easy later. Choose hard now, always. Okay. So again, I want to invite you to get excited because this session, I am going to give you everything you need to get book solid. And if you follow it 100%, you will get book solid, period. Within the next 30 days, you'll all be booking at least 10 to 20 appointments. Okay. The two biggest reasons you're not getting more appointments, one, you're not spending enough time on appointment setting, which we'll talk about. Number one, you personally, even if you have an appointment setter. And number two is you're not using the entire recipe. So I'm about to share with you an entire system, what some people in the psychological world might call an epistemology, a theory of everything you need to get book solid. Because my motto is, how do we get book solid? How do we get book solid? Not will I get book solid? Will I be successful? No. How do I become successful? It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Yeah. No, I mean, I don't know if we're still following up the VAs, but there's a lot of people not here. If we can keep following them up, that'd be cool. Did we hear back from Ray? All right, cool. All right, let's dive in. You guys ready to get started? Let's dive in. If you're ready, say I'm ready. Let's do this bad boy. So again, it's very simple. The intention for today is to get your book solid with appointments. Appointments being one-on-one sales calls where you get on a Zoom call, share your pitch deck, show your offer, and you sell your core offer. A couple of quick questions before we get started. I want to do this a little bit differently. For you guys that are business owners, what is your biggest frustration or challenge with getting appointments? Like what is your challenge with getting appointments, do you think? Is it quality? Is it getting them to show up? You're not getting enough appointments because of your list is not big enough. Like, what's your biggest frustration or challenge or around appointment setting? What do you feel like is your biggest weakness, your biggest challenge, your biggest frustration? Just post that in the post it in the chat. That'd be awesome for business owner. List isn't big enough. Okay, cool. Yep, we'll talk about list building today. What's your biggest frustration or challenge? Listing quality. My day job is very intensive, and my availability. Yeah, your availability. Not enough appointments booked. Yeah, why do you think you're not getting enough appointments booked, bro? Erica, qualified, poor quality, not showing up. Yeah, we're going to talk about qualifying and show rates. I get quite a few who don't want to invest in marketing. Okay, so it's your offer or your audience, right? We're not going to talk about offer and audience today, but that's a reflection of your offer or your audience, or both. Tahi, brother, good to see you here. Consistent quality of appointments. Yeah, okay, that'll come down to your qualifying process. We'll talk about that today. Marie, not reaching out to make the appointments happen. Yeah, not spending enough time on. I guarantee none of you are spending enough time on appointment setting. If you were, you'd be booking your appointments. Michelle, my niche or niche, as you would say, there is limited to Canada. How many people in Canada? Pretty sure there's a few million. Lead gen sucks. Your lead generation. Yeah, got it. That's about to change, brother, in the program. Lead quality is good. Could do with more. Okay, so more quantity. Okay, cool. The second reason, like the number one reason people don't book more appointments, they don't spend enough time appointment setting. But the second reason is they're not using, because you have three lists. If you're doing your appointment setting yourself or an appointment setter, it's three main ways to book appointments: through your social media DM, your email list, and your phone list. Most people are not using all the resources at your disposal. Do you think that the guys online doing 9 figures, 100 million a year, or even 8 figures, 10 million a year, do you think they're going, should I have a podcast? Should I write a book? Should I have phone calls? Should I have fun? No, they're like, how do we get the funnels? How do we do this? How do they want to use that omnipresence, right? So you want to use all the resources at your disposal. When I share the system with you today, that's what you're going to notice. I want to use AI. I want to use ads. I want to use bots. But I want to most importantly I want to use people. I want to have people serving people because that's what I believe a real business is. And that's the greatest customer service philosophy I believe you can have in a business. Aaron, already feeling a shift in my approach. Awesome. Yeah, we just started, baby. That's good. Vanessa, lead gen. You lost all your KLT. What's KLT? Am I having a moment? Yeah. Yeah, tiny. It's all about the tweaks. It's all about the nuances, and that's what today is about. It's about the nuances as well. Today's not advanced as in wow, that's an advanced strategy. It's advanced because it's so complete, yeah, and it's so intricate. No system? Well, that's about to change. That's exactly why we're here. I believe today's session is the most impactful session we do all year. By what do I mean by that? I mean that what we give you today for those that apply it get more growth in a business from this event than any other event we do a year. That's how impactful this event is. You're all about to get a lot more appointments, all of you. The thing is that we normally pick and choose, right? Well, I like DM setting. I don't want to make phone calls. I don't answer my phone. You got to get out of here and wait, right? Your ego is stopping you from using other elements or resources. We all do it. And that's what being objective is. Okay. I want to use all the big social media platforms. If there's email on the email list, I want to use that. Again, there's some great AI setter software now. We're split testing too. That is brilliant. It's not as personable as having virtual assistants, and we will always prioritize people. I'd rather hire a virtual assistant and give them a livelihood than pay for a tech billionaire. I'll always prioritize that, but why not have both? Broke people are A or B, right? That's what break people do. When you make decisions, are you like A or B? Or do you do what I do? How do we do A and B? I want A, B, C, D, E, F, G, all the way to Z. And so that's what being objective is. It's getting out of your way, not projecting what your opinion is, what you think is going to work or like. And you test, and you collect data, and you use all the resources. How do we make the email work? How do we make the DMs work? How do we make the phone call work? How do we make the AI work? How do we make the ads work already? And if you think like that in abundance, your business will also, the law of reciprocity, increasing returns. What you give, you receive tenfold, right? Yeah. You don't know how to do appointment setting? Yeah, 100% knowledge. That's why we're here as well. Yeah, cool. All right, that's plenty of pre-framing. So the next question I want to ask you guys is pretty simple, pretty clear. How many appointments, one-on-one sales calls a week can you handle in your business? All your business owners can type that as well. That'd be awesome. How many sales calls or appointments can you handle each week? Elizabeth, 10 to 12. Mary, 10 to 15. Laurie, 10 to 15. Lee, 20. Whoa, it's going quick now. Tahi, 25. Aldrin, 25, if you did nothing else. David, 15. D, 10 to 15. Craig, 20 plus. Alicia, 10. Aaron, 25. Everyone else? Be great to see you participating. If you participate, like for you guys that are business owners, imagine you're me. Like imagine you're doing an event. How would you like your participants, your students, your attendees to participate in your event? I'd encourage you to do that when you're on not just mine, but any other. So if you participate as a student in my event, the way you want your students to participate, guess what's probably going to happen in your events? They're probably going to do that as well. That's what leadership is. So I encourage you, business owners, to interact and participate in not just mine, but any event you attend, live or virtual, the way you'd want your students or participants to do that. And you'll find that's what will begin to happen. Yeah. Lee, 10, Tracy, 20, Erica, 25, plus, 30, Vanessa, 10, awesome. All right, cool. So I'm on a mission to help you get to that point, okay? I want to get you within 30 days, I want you all hitting that target. So in the business coaching program, the minimum target is 10. So the first things first, I want to work with all of you right now in the next 30 days to have an extra 10 appointments per week, 10, minimum 10. Okay, minimum. That's the minimum. Now, I'd like to see you all in the next 30 days hit that target you shared. I believe we can do that. If you are in a group, if you're in the business coaching program, the target is 15, minimum 10. And I'm going to share with you how to begin to do that. Okay. So there's a couple of things that I suggest. So to get to 10 appointments, here are the checkpoints. So if I lost everything and I started all over again, my target is 10 appointments. I don't have a VA or appointment setter. That means I have one focus in my business. So let's say I lose everything. I start all over again. I have no team. I have no appointment setter. It's just me. I have no list. So that who, by the way, who is that right now? That's a few of you, right? Well, a lot of you have the free VA now. So first things first, if my target is 10 appointments per week, it's not rocket science. It's not a trick question. What is my number one priority every day in my business? I wake up, it's Monday, it's first day of business. I have no team, no list, no nothing. I have one primary focus for today. What is it? It's to book 2 appointments. Yeah, it's specifically it's to book 2 appointments. So if I lost everything and start all over again, when I wake up on Monday, I have one thought in my mind. I am not going to bed until I book 2 appointments. I am not going to bed until I book 2 appointments. That's really simple. So the first step in getting booked solid with appointments, I've been appointment setting for 24 years. I've been online appointment setting for 14 years, training appointment setters for 14 years, refining the systems for 14 years. Step one is your commitment. All of you business owners right now, when you get off this call, I'll give you Sunday to rest. When you wake up on Monday, everyone on this call, my challenge to you is to focus on one simple thing. Not going to bed until you have 2 appointments booked in your schedule. Really simple. If you don't have a VA, you do that yourself. Okay. And you might think, well, Jace, how do I get those 2 appointments? Well, that's why we're here. I'm going to share that with you in the session. Now, if you have a VA or appointment setter, who has a VA or appointment setter? Yeah. Then it's the same target, but the second checkpoint, if you will, is you guys don't go to bed until you get 2 appointments. So if you have an appointment setter or a VA right now, and the mistake that a lot of people do is they try to manage, not lead the team. When I start, let's say that, okay, I'm getting 10 appointments. I've got a couple of clients come through. I can now afford an appointment setter and VA. So a higher appointment setter VA. Now we can share the load. I'm going to book 1 appointment. They're going to book 1 appointment. That's it. The commitment to the business we make together is we don't go to bed until we get the 2 appointments. That's 10 for the week. That's 2 new clients minimum. It's a 7-figure business in a year. It's really that simple. It's not that easy, but it's that simple. That's the numbers. And it's a psychological thing. It's a mental thing that we're deciding we're not going to bed until we get those appointments. Now, a lot of people, when they hire an appointment setter, they stop appointment setting and I want the appointment setter to go book them. But the target in the business is 10. If I hire an appointment setter, whose responsibility is to get the appointments? Mine or the setters? It's still mine. It's my business. Yeah, if I hire a salesperson, whose responsibility is to make sure the business hits the sales target? Mine or the salesperson? Mine. It's still my business. I take full responsibility. Yeah. If somebody messes up in my business, that's on me. I chose them, I train them, I keep them or not. I take full responsibility. I lead and I don't manage. Okay. Now, when the appointment setter starts booking 2 a day at 10 a week without me, now I can stop appointment setting. This is the third checkpoint. Now I can start appointment setting. I can put them full time. I can hire a second appointment setter and make sure now we're going 15 or 20. That makes sense. So step one, 2 appointments yourself each day. Once you hire a VA or appointment setter, you do it together, 1 each per day. Do it together because it will keep you both accountable. And then step 3 is once you've got some clients coming through, you can put that VA and appointment setter to full time. If you have 1 VA right now doing 20 hours a week, you want them full time as quickly as possible, because it's going to double your appointments. That, if not triple your appointments. Okay. Once they're booking in 10 without you, now you can stop setting. Okay, because you're going to get 2 clients every week, no matter what, and you can hire a second appointment setter. And that's what I would personally do, and I recommend you all do. That's the checkpoints. Okay, I do the same with a salesperson. When I hired Ray, our target was 10 clients per week. Okay, that's 2 a day. I sign 1 client, she signs 1 client. Once she hit 10, I stop selling. She gets increase, and then now we hire new salespeople. If you use that process, you'll always hit your target. Yeah. How do we do that? Well, the most important thing is if you don't schedule it, it doesn't get done. So you need to allocate time in your schedule to go to calendar for appointment setting. Okay, so you've got to come to your calendar, you've got to schedule in appointment setting. My suggestion is at least 2 hours a day for appointment setting, if it's just you. At least 2 hours a day on booking appointments. At least 2 hours a day. So you want to schedule my suggestion is do it at peak time. 6 to 8 p.m., 7 to 9 p.m. If you don't have an appointment setter or VA, you do that yourself. If you have an appointment setter or VA, you want to allocate time where you do appointment setting with them. 1 or 2 hours every day, you get on a Zoom call, they do the phone call setting, you share the DM setting load, and you do the email setting. You know what I'm talking about? I'll show that shortly. But if you decide with your team to not go to bed until you hit at least 2 each day, and you schedule time, if you have team with your team to do it together, you're just going to fail. Oh, but Jay, I don't have time for 2 hours. You don't have time for the most important growth producing activity in your business. The only thing that's stopping you from getting a bigger business and growing faster, getting more clients. You don't have time for that. Come on. What are you doing instead? Canva? I don't know, right? If you create this habit, you will get consistent growth. It will keep you and your team accountable. So if you're not hitting at least 10 appointments per week and you're not personally doing appointment setting with your team, you're not going to grow. Okay. Oh, but that's why hire an appointment setter? Well, you got to spend time with them until they get to that point, until they master it, until they know the scripts off by heart and they're booking that. It's the same when you hire a salesperson. We're launching Quantum Sales Academy later this year. We can hire, who would like to be able to hire a world-class salesperson trained and handpicked by me personally? Very affordable. Would you like that? We're launching Quantum Sales Academy later this year. We can hire the closers from us, trained by me. It's the exact same process. It's the exact same system because appointment setting and sales are the two most important. It's not sales and marketing anymore, not for us. It's actually appointment setting because you don't need leads anymore because you can prospect. Okay? Now, lead gen is still important. I want leads. I want lots of phone numbers coming through, but you don't need leads to get 10 appointments per week, which is pretty cool. Okay. Any questions on that process, like those checkpoints? Coaches really want to implement that with our clients as well. That's like the official approach we use with our business coaching clients. So, any questions on that? No, no questions. All good. Would you do the calls during the day? We're going to talk about phone call setting. Yeah, we'll talk about the details. But well, the best time to make phone calls is when people are at home, right? So normally after work is number one. During lunch breaks, number two. I avoid before work because it's a bit early and who knows what's going on. They could have frantic kids or so, who knows. So, but typically lunch breaks or after work, but also depends on your audience. If your audience are employees or if they're business owners or what your audience and where they are. So we are going to talk about phone call settings shortly. Yeah. So as I mentioned, I will jot this down. Coaches, Ray, who is, I don't think still here. Hopefully she's okay. It's not like Ray. I spoke to her last night. So this is our official appointment setting module and training. There's 5 key components that we're going to cover today, which is prospecting, pre-qualifying, booking, confirmation, and follow-up. These slides you're looking at right now, who would like access to them? Would you like access to them? I'll post these slides later on today into the group and you can get access to the slides, okay? So we're going to talk about prospecting, pre-qualifying, booking, confirmation, and follow-up. Quick question, which of those 5 do you think is each of your weaknesses? Because I might spend a bit more time on them. Which of these 5 is your biggest weakness in your business? Is it prospecting, like finding people? Is it pre-qualifying, getting quality people? Is it getting the actual appointment? Is it getting them to show up? Or is it actually following them up? Which of those is your biggest? All of them? Let's pick one. If you were to choose one, which would you choose? Pre-qualifying? Prospecting? First 2? Prospecting? Okay, cool. All right, a lot of prospecting. Pre-qualifying? Okay, yeah, that's a big one, isn't it? All but pre-qualifying? Okay, cool. Yeah, now if you're primarily getting inquiries and referrals, then they're going to be better quality. But once you're prospecting and you're out there bringing cold, all right, cool. A lot of pre-qualifying. Julio says all. All right, cool. All right, cool. So as I mentioned, there's 3 main ways to book appointments. One is through a human being, either yourself or an appointment setter. So essentially, an appointment setter, I think pretty much everyone in this call. There's only probably maybe a handful of you guys not hiring a VA through us. Okay. The most powerful, the best, the most foundational, the most fundamental, the most affordable and temporally cost-effective way to book appointments is human to human, body to body. You cannot beat human to human, period. You just cannot. Because of customer service. What do you think most people are going to experience as the best customer service experience? An AI bot, an advert, or a human being? It's not a trick question. I will always use virtual team. I'll always have virtual assistants, no matter how powerful, no matter how good AI gets. AI is not to replace human beings. It's an addition. It's like supplements. I used this metaphor in the group coaching the other day. Supplements like protein powders and so forth, they're not instead of real food. They're an addition. That's why I've always said supplements should be called additions, not supplements. AI is not a supplement. It's not to supplement or replace humans. It's an addition to use with. Okay. And so AI won't replace human beings. Never. Not completely and not online. As long as there's emotions, as long as there's actual human beings and there's an economy and there's the internet, they'll never fully replace it. There'll be because as AI takes certain jobs away, more opportunities arise, don't there? There's always new things, new opportunities, new roles for human beings and so forth. But you cannot be a real person. If you guys want to get hold of a company online urgently, would you rather get a reply from an AI bot or a human being? human being. So always start with human beings because you're providing a livelihood. It's better customer service, it's more personable, and it's better well received by your audience. You want real people first, always as a foundational. Okay. So that's the first way. Today we're going to focus on that. Okay. There's three main ways an appointment setter can get you appointments, and that's by building your free lists through DM on social media, email, and phone lists. We're going to talk about those. There's a fourth bonus way, two-step appointment setting funnels we're going to touch on as well. Yeah. The second way to book appointments is through ads. Okay. And I'm going to just touch on briefly, as I said I would, the ad strategy we've just launched this week for appointment setting. I'm going to touch on that briefly now, actually, just to give you a bit of a heads up for those that feel like they're going to be ready for ads in the next few months or this year. I'm just going to share that with you just for a bit of knowledge and so you can see the future into what you can get. You can use human beings and appointment setters, no ads and no AI for probably a good 30 to 50 appointments per week right now. Even we're finding it challenging now due to the nature of organic marketing and the way everything's changed to get more than 50 appointments with appointment setters right now. You know, we book around that 50 appointment per week mark right now with appointment setters. So we want to go from 50 to 100 appointments, which is why we're doing ads, and we're also testing AI setter software. Okay. Once you've got the 30 to 50 appointments, once you've got the appointment setters, once you've got the foundation, then look at the ads for appointment setting. That would be my suggestion. Okay. So what we personally do with the ads, I'm actually going to share with you the strategy we just executed. Would you guys like to know the ad strategy we just executed and quickly show you? Taking like 5 minutes. Yeah, just for a bit of awareness. Yeah. So something to think of down the track, because to get to $20,000 a month, you don't need ads. So get to $20,000 a month, you don't need ads. All right. So in our business coaching programs, Michael, Lisa, Julie know that we don't suggest ads until at least 20,000 consistent a month. Okay. And you know, around 20 or 30 appointments a week will be fine. 20 or 30 appointments per week, even 15 appointments per week will get you to that $20,000 a month mark. But I want to start getting all of you to think above and beyond 20,000. Who wants to make $100,000 months or more? Yeah. Then you want to start thinking above and beyond that as well. So the foundational component, which is today, is a human being and appointment setup. That's the focus of today. But here is my ad strategy. So if we look at Facebook ads, and if this is new to you, that's fine. It's a little bit of knowledge for you. It's basics. I'm not an ads expert, but we just spent like 3 weeks putting our 5 campaigns together and putting all this together. Just want to share it with you. I like to share when we do something, to share what we're doing. They used to be juicy. They've gotten harder, but they still work. They're still possible, yeah. So in Facebook ads, you have something called the top of the funnel, middle of the funnel, and bottom of the funnel. Basically, all that means is we want to have an ad to bring in cold people into our list for our funnel. So we want to have a lead magnet or an offer or something that is going to be quantitative, that's going to attract large quantities of our avatar audience. Now, if you know our organic system, our Facebook group, that's what we're using with the Facebook group. So we need an advert that's going to appeal to a large quantity of coaches, consultants, and agency owners. What kind of offer do you think would be a kind of offer that most coaches would be open to? Like an ebook, a lot of people aren't going to download that, right? You know, if you don't know who I am, you've never seen me, and you see an ebook, it's going to be good, but is there something better? There might be, and you can test it. Yeah. But here's what we're doing. So we're focusing on appointments for QVA. All right. So we've launched this funnel here, and this is the top of the funnel to get in front of large quantity of people. Okay. We're doing a prize draw to win 6 months free VA services. Do you think there'd be a lot of online business owners that would be keen to enter that for free if they had enough information? So our top of the funnel is this. You can enter in the prize draw here to win 6 months free VA service. And we've set up this nice funnel here with heaps of content and information so people can do their due diligence to make sure we're a legit company. It's got a website, videos explaining it, testimonials, VA resumes, all kinds of stuff on here, right? So we promote this, we get people entering the draw. Then what we do is we retarget these people with our VA kit. Angels, what's our new VA kit link? That's the old one. Angels, what's our new VA kit link? Got my ClickFunnels here. We got a new domain for it. I'll find it here. I click on this VA kit. VA kit. So the top of the funnel for the ad, free VA kit, here we go, is attracting cold people. And it's the same for organic as well. So what is going to be a great offer to get in front of cold people that they're probably going to like? So what happens is we do massive ad campaigns to win 6 months free VA service valid at $5,000 if you're an online business owner. That sounds cool. They enter the draw. Now, all the people that download that, we retarget them through advertising to send them this free VA kit. Okay. And so they come in, they get this free VA kit, and it's a mini course and a mini training. This is the middle of the funnel. And then we have the bottom of the funnel, which is the third campaign where we retarget them. Okay. We retarget these people with a direct link, yeah, to the equivalent of a VSL or video sales letter to actually inquire about a quantum virtual assistant and fill in the form and book in a time. So we're promoting massive ad campaigns to drive the prize draw. We're retargeting them to give them the free offer, the kit, and then we're retargeting them directly to book a time. Now, what's really cool about that is, one, we ring everybody to book them in. And two, guess what's on the thank you page? Guess what's on the thank you page of all of the funnels? These are two-step appointment setting funnels, which we're going to talk about today. On the thank you page, right, there's actually our Calendly to book in a time to inquire. So even if they don't make it all the way to the bottom of the funnel, but that's a strategy we're using. Now, we've actually added a fourth tier because I've set up my From the Streets to a Millionaire funnel with a free audio and digital copy. So we're actually running ads to this. So people get to know about me and learn about me. They get my free audio, and then they get all the VA stuff. And even on this, there is a thank you page to book a time. It's just a really cool strategy. Most of you aren't ready for that. I just wanted to share that with you. We just spent nearly a month setting all that up. It was actually a pretty big job. That's why it took so long, Noemi and Ray. But it's a pretty cool strategy. And we're testing that now. And the motto is, how do we make that work? Okay, sound pretty cool? So for you guys that are thinking larger down the track, once you hit that 20,000 a month, something to think about. So until you hit 20,000 a month, I wouldn't even look at ads for appointment setting because that takes a month or two to really get them refined and working as well. In regards to AI, I'm currently split testing 2 different softwares. The winner we will choose to use, and we will be introducing it and making it a part of our system in the future. And we'll be training our VAs in using the AI setup. The AI setter CRM will not replace our appointment setters or VAs. They will complement. These things complement each other. Now, what a lot of people do, don't waste your time training people, save people, use ads. Don't waste your time, do AI. Why choose? Why choose? Right? And again, I start with human beings because I don't think you can beat human beings serving human beings to build a business. I just don't think you can. So any questions on that? Just something a little bit, just a bit of insights to what we're doing and as we continue to grow and scale. Any questions on that? Cannot wait to know more about QVA as our core offer. Yep. Yep. Cool. No questions? All good? All right, cool. So there's 3 main ways to book appointments: through an appointment setter or a human being. You could be the appointment setter, through ads, and of course you don't have to use Facebook. Google ads, we're testing Google ads as well, and we've got Instagram ads running as well. In the near future, we'll launch TikTok and YouTube as well. But Facebook and Instagram probably a good place to start. Google are good for qualitative. We're promoting our QVA services through Google and SEO as well for our website. So there's some things down the track for you guys. Right now, just focus on getting 2 appointment setters as quickly as possible and get those 20 or 30 appointments as quickly as possible. Just focus all your energy on that. Yeah. So the key is, most of you, in the beginning, if we want to prospect, prospecting is about building our list. Prospecting is building our social media, building our email list, building our phone list, bringing new cold people in that don't know us, nurturing them, positioning ourselves as an authority or credible figure, and building a relationship with them. And because the key to marketing to people online, I want you to hear this, the key to marketing to people online, the key to selling to people online is to understand that you're not marketing to people now that are ready to buy. You're building a pipeline, community, tribe, whichever label you want to give it, so that when people wake up one day, Aaron, you get somebody one day wakes up, looks in the mirror and goes, Man, when did that happen? Man, where do these muffin tops come from? I need some help. Who do I know? Well, who's been at the forefront of his mind that whole time? Aaron. So you're the person he reaches out to. I remember the end of last year, I had somebody go, "Hey, I've been following you for 8 years. How much is it for coaching?" I'm like, "Well, first of all, thank you. Second of all, what the hell took so long?" So you want to be building your lists always and prospecting and building those relationships. Our social media following is the sexiest because it's most communal and it gives us the coolest dopamine, gives us the biggest dopamine hit. Problem with social media is though, if you have a Facebook group, as big a fan I am of a Facebook group, do you own your Facebook group? Do you own your social media? Do you own your LinkedIn account? You don't own it. You could lose it tomorrow. I'm not fear mongering. I'm just saying you don't own your social media. So relying just on your social media, okay, what if the internet's down? What if Facebook's down? What if your group gets deleted? You don't know what's going to happen. So you need to hedge with all three. We want to be building an email list. Some people say email is dead. You know who says email is dead? People that have competitive ways to communicate with people and they use it as a polarizing marketing strategy. You know, when people say webinars are dead or challenges are dead or email, it's not dead. There's people out there making a lot more money than all of us, including me, using all those things. Yeah. Like podcasts. Podcasts are massive right now. Everyone's loving the podcast at the moment, aren't they? So you want to be building your email list. Now, the good thing about your email list is you own it. No one can steal it from you, right? No one can take it away unless you lose your list, right, or delete it. But you do need internet. And the problem with email is it's not communal and the open rates can be a bit lower. I believe the best list to build is your phone list. Why? It's actually your best list. Here's why. Number one, do you own your phone list? Yes. Number two, what if the internet's down? Can you still use it? Can't. You can pick up the phone, go old school, go 90s, and you can ring people. I've been obsessed with building my phone list for 14 years. Our phone list from the last 14 years, I had a look, is over 180,000 people. Yeah, we get last year, I think, what was the last year? 28,000 phone numbers for the year? 22? It was over 20,000 last year. Yeah. So the key, I believe, what I determine as an actual lead, and if you're in a business coaching program, we track leads. A lead for me is a phone number, not an email, not a social media follower, not a DM, not a group member, a phone number. And I encourage all of you want more appointments to focus as much as you can on building your phone list, but building on three lists. We build the social media following, okay, consistently daily with the help of our VA. And then we use that to collect emails and phone numbers through our Calendly free offers and events. We'll touch on some of those briefly, okay? So prospecting is about building these three lists every day. Yeah, and it's organically, it's a bit monotonous. It's a bit boring. Almost archaic. All right, send 30 friend requests, invite them to my Facebook group, send my LinkedIn connections, follow people on YouTube. It's a little bit archaic and boring. But consistently over time, that's what will grow. Organically, there's no way around that. What are the big five social media? Yep, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. I believe everybody, once you have a full-time VA, should be using all five. We did talk about that in the strategy call this week. Yeah. Thanks, Naomi. It's good to get through. Yeah. Okay, so let's talk a bit more about prospecting. Here's what you need to be able to get in front of more of the right people. So there's two parts to prospecting. Okay, first of all, it's getting the attention. Yeah, so the quantity, getting in front of more people, and then number two is nurturing them or pre-qualify them. Some people call it indoctrination. We want to indoctrinate them into our community. So the attention and the indoctrination. How do we get in front of all the right people and how do we indoctrinate them? Four things that you need, and if you have set up now, for most of you, this will be revision, so that's fine. I do want to keep the important stuff in here, the fundamentals. Okay, we need to be doing the 4 pieces of content each day, minimum 3. We need to have at least 1 piece of content morning, lunch, and evening with a call to action. If you're in a business coaching program, you should already know this. We talk about this in the social media strategy call for our VA through us. Content is king online. If you're not doing content, how can you nurture people, right? Okay. We're also going to talk about building the Facebook group in a moment. I'm going to go a bit more in depth into my funnel system because there actually is no training anywhere in depth. We'll probably do a new training because I've updated the system recently. 1 Facebook Live, 1 blog post, 1 question, 1 reel every day. Some of you have heard this so many times now, it should be drilled into your unconscious. Those 4 pieces of content each day, or minimum 3 with a call to action, are arguably one of the most important parts of the overall system. Because what we're doing here is we're setting your appointment setter up for success in this session. That's what we're doing, right? And you're going to spend time for that. So you have DM setters and you have phone call setters. We're going to talk about both. The key to both getting appointments is for them to have more people to speak to. The more phone numbers, leads I give my phone setters, the more appointments are going to book. The more people that interact on my content on social, the more people Daphne, Laurie have to speak to, more appointments are going to book. So I need more phone numbers and more content. Or isn't quality more important than quantity? Not for organic. They're both equally as important. Quantity is, you do not have to sacrifice one for the other. Increasing quantity, who agrees that you can increase in quantity without losing quality? 100% you can. You can actually increase in quantity and quality simultaneously. So they are not indicative of each other. They do not correlate specifically. They're not opposites. Yeah, they're not opposites. So I think a lot of us have in our minds that you have to sacrifice one, because who agrees quality is more important? Quality is always quality in relationships, quality and quantity of sex. No. Quality is more important, but quantity comes first. Without quantity, there can be no quality. So quantity comes first, even though quality is more important, which is why we focus on the quantity first and then the quality. For example, your target right now is 10 appointments per week. Don't worry too much about quality until you hit that target. Right? Yes, have pre-qualifying, and yes, have it a party system. But if I can book 5 super high quality, right, and I say no to 5 average quality, right, I'm still going to have those 5 quality booked in whether I do them or not. Why not book those 5 that are semi-qualified? I'm going to double my experience, get better at selling, get better at practicing. I get practice on them, and I'm building my pipeline. So when they are ready and they come back and they have all the information they need. So book quantity of appointments first. Once you get the quantity, then become obsessive. Every level brings a new devil. If you're not booking at least 10 appointments right now, your entire attention should be booked on quantity. 10 appointments, whatever it takes. Heck, book Akmal from Kazakhstan to get the practice in. Legit, right? Get the quantity. Then you go, okay, we're getting the appointment. So when our number one challenge right now is getting in front of people. All right, we're getting in front of people. Now the challenge is getting people booked in. Once people are booked in, what's the new challenge? It's getting people, is getting quality. And then it's getting people to show up, and then it's converting. So there's always one main challenge. Your main challenge now is a lack of quantity of appointments because you're not hitting a target. So focus all your energy on that, if that makes sense. So you want to be consistent with the content. And as all of you know, you need your Calendly link. We're going to talk in depth about setting up Calendly. You need at least one event every month. Always have a next event. We're going to touch on that. And at least 5 funnels or offers. We're actually going to talk about these 3 things as well. Okay. Again, I'm just laying the foundation now. This is the basic stuff. Any questions on what we just went through? We'll start with beginner, lay the foundation, intermediate, more advanced. Any questions? No, all good. All right, cool. So let's talk about pre-qualifying. Who wants better quality leads as well? Because again, I'm not saying sacrifice quality for quantity. I'm just saying I'd rather have more appointments, even if they weren't as good a quality, if I'm not hitting my target, because I have that time to do it anyway, and it's sales practice. Who of you guys believe you're not that great at sales, or who believes you can get a lot better at sales? I would be booking in as many appointments. If you feel like sales is something you need to work on, I would definitely be booking in as many people as I can, regardless of quality, because you get to practice. You get to practice your sales in your process in your pitch. So I would definitely be doing that. Yeah. I don't get caught up in quality of leads. In fact, my guys will tell you we don't look at quality of leads. I don't. If I'm on a call with someone, I want to help them. And even if they're not ready now, it's never a no. It's just not now. So if I give them the information, I build a relationship, I care about them now. When they are ready in 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months, 3 years, they'll come back. So you're building a pipeline. That's the key to prospecting, is to understand the number one rule of appointment setting. Appointment setters, who knows the number one rule of appointment setting? The number one rule of appointment setting is to not focus on getting an appointment. The number one rule of appointment setting is to not focus, have the target or goal, sure, but don't focus on getting an appointment. Why? What do we have more control over in life? What we can get or what we give? Can't control what we get in life. You can only control what we give. Can you control getting an appointment, getting a yes, getting someone to show up, getting someone to sign up? Can you control any of those things? No, you can only control what you give. So the focus is to serve and build a relationship, which is why if you ask my appointment setters what their role is in my business, they won't say appointment setter. They'll say customer service representative. If you position your team as customer service representatives, which the Filipinos are the best in the world at, greatest customer service culture in the world, sure, have the target, have the goal, 2 appointments, but their focus is to serve, to help. If they book an appointment, great. If not, also cool. You're just building those relationships, building the pipeline. And I cannot tell you how powerful that is as well. Okay. So let's talk about the pre-qualifying process. So I think a lot of people don't have a very extensive pre-qualifying process in place. If you're hiring a VA through us, what have we got open here? Let's close that, close that, close that, close that. Just move my windows around a bit. If you're hiring a VA through us, you have access to this VA portal. In the VA portal, okay, you can see lesson 5 here, the pre-qualification process. In here, lesson 5, you've got my personal pre-qualifying system and full qualifying system. So if you want to go through that in depth and model that and set that up, you can come in here. Okay. Yeah. Okay. If you're in the business coaching program, you have access to that as well. So there's basically 3 levels or 3 tiers of pre-qualifying. Beginner, intermediate, and advanced. And I would say probably all of you are at the intermediate level. If I launch a business and I don't have a VA or an appointment setter, I start at the beginner. And so when I have an appointment ready to book, I want to make sure that they're at least semi-pre-qualified. So what are some of the factors that actually qualify people, or at least pre-qualify them? What are some of the factors that determine if someone's pre-qualified to get on a call or not? Like, what are some of those factors? It's in the chat box. They meet your avatar, but what are the factors of the avatar? Yeah. Their need. Okay, so their goals. Yep. Their location, their goals. Yep. Yep. Affordability, money, their mindset, 100%. How you can help them, their commitment. Yep. Showing interest. They have a problem. They have a problem we can help them with. Yep. Yeah, you've hit the nail on the head. I would say location's a big one. What if they're in a country or location don't work with people? They're outside of Canada, as an example. Affordability and money is a big one. And the problems they have that and the goals they want, can we help them with? And another big one is mindset. I normally approach the mindset in the fully qualifying, because people are always talking about pre-qualifying, but there's actually a time to fully qualify, which we're going to talk about as well. What the heck? Why did that pop up again there? Offer meets their pain point. Yeah, so basically we can help them with their problems. Yeah, awesome. Okay. So if you go to my system, there's 3 basic pre-qualifying questions we ask. Okay. Where in the world they are. So for example, your appointment setter gets a yes, ready to book Tom in. Hey, there's 3 quick questions I want to ask, to make sure that we can actually help you. So I never make it about them. I say, hey, you don't qualify. But don't say that. No, you don't qualify. Say, I don't think we're the right person to help you. I don't think we're equipped to be able to serve you and help you. Where in the world are they? Number 1. What kind of business? Okay, they have. And what is their biggest challenge or goal? So these are the 3 basic questions, and these are found in the DM scripts as well. Before we book an appointment, okay, we make sure that's what we do. Okay, where in the world are they? What kind of business they have, or what do they do for a living? I want to know what they do for a living. What do they do for coin? These are the 3 basic questions we use. You can use whatever you like. But if you have a question around location, around money and goals, you'll probably be on the right track. Now, when I fully qualify people, I definitely want to know that they have the right mindset and they're ready to actually go all in. But then we do that in a full qualifying system, which we'll talk about shortly. So the second level is intermediate, which is where I'd say probably all of you are right now. There's 2 facets to the intermediate pre-qualifying system. 1, we need those 3 basic questions before they're booked in. So Christine has got somebody ready to go. Christine's talking to Elizabeth. Elizabeth's like, yeah, let's book a call. All right, Elizabeth, just quickly before I book you in, 3 quick questions to make sure I book them in. Okay. Okay. The second thing we want to do is we want to send them a pre-qualifying form. We want to have a pre-qualifying form. Anyone that does not yet have a pre-qualifying form, a link to send people, you definitely want to set that up as soon as possible. And I'll show you an example here. We have a look. What color are they? Blue or red? Blue or red? Blue, red, blue, red. Red is, yes, that's red. We color code everything. Blues are referrals, reds are inquiries, etc. This is Grace here. Can you see my screen, Facebook? Grace is one of our phone call setters. Now, when our appointment setters book in an appointment, this is really important. Grace creates a Facebook group chat with the person doing the sales call, which is Ray, and myself. So when your appointment setter books in an appointment, okay, they create a Facebook group chat. And then in the group chat, you can see here, Grace has just put, hi, Sam, please meet Ray, our growth consultant, edifies Ray, introduces Ray. Okay, I'm in here as well. And then there's a link to this form. Please fill in the short form so we can get to know a bit more about your business. Now, while I'm on here, this is what I'm talking about, attention to detail. If I scroll down, we create these cool little GIFs for all the angels. See this little GIF here? This is Grace. How cool is that? You got the uniform on. Who would like one of these GIFs for your appointment setter to use? Would you like that? Send Noemi a DM and we'll have Gray, one of our guys, create one for you for free. We'll take care of it for you. But see, this is Grace. How cool is that? Yeah. Ray has one too. Look. Just a nice little touch. Okay. So in here you can see, and now this script here, I'm going to send afterwards as well. You put in the group, and you can model this. So Grace has booked in Sam for an appointment and sent through the pre-qualifying form. Ours is just on ClickFunnels. You can use whatever platform you want. You can even use something like DocuSign. Okay. Now this is also in the portal. Okay. And you can see here we've got the 4 details we always collect: name, number, email, country. This is for business coaching, but we have these for everything. We have them for the websites, we have them for the funnels, we have them for the VA, we have them for everything. So we only work with coaches, consultants, and agency owners, so we make sure they fit that. How many clients they currently have? How many clients would you like to have? The current revenue, how much revenue do you currently have? How many hours per week? Biggest challenge, etc. So you want to have a proper pre-qualifying form to collect details beforehand. I believe you're all at that point. For those in the group business coaching program, don't worry about, we will set this up in the near future. Wait until I give it to you. For you guys in the group business coaching program, wait till I give you the action items in the group before you get too ahead of yourself. Just focus on the action items that you've got in the group program for now, okay? We'll set all this up in the near future. Well, that's an old photo. That needs to change. Okay, interesting. Okay. So that's what we're doing most of you right now. And the third level is advanced. So the advanced level is once you've hired a salesperson, okay, or you're book solid with appointments. Advanced is when you are personally book solid with more appointments than you can handle. Yeah, because most of you know that the best way to sell online is 2 points of contact. So do a consult and a follow-up, or a discovery call and a sales call. This is what we all know that we get a 22% increase in conversion rate on average. There are 2 calls. There's a first call with someone and then a sales call, always. So if you're just starting out in your own business and it's just you, you'll do both. What's the problem with that strategy though? Is that means half of those calls you're not selling or closing. So the whole idea is to get to the point that whoever's selling is only doing a sales call and have somebody else do the first call. So the advanced level is what you all want to aim for. And the advanced level is where you have the 3 questions, you have the form in place, but the first call becomes a triage call. And it's done by not yourself because you want to save yourself. Let's say that Michael Scott builds to 15 appointments per week, 15 sales calls. It's actually 30. Well, it's actually less than 30 because not everyone will show up. But he has to see all of those people that show up to the first to a second call. So it's double the amount of time. So when Michael's book solid, to save his time, he can cut that in half, just do the sales call and have somebody else fully qualified. A discovery call We really come to qualify a person. Pre-qualify them beforehand. We fully qualify them on the first call, and then we sell to them on the second call. That's the way the process. That's the most refined way to get a high conversion rate. We've tested everything you can imagine. It just is, right? Most of the top guys will agree, right? Something along those lines. So to save the business owner time, if you're the primary salesperson, to not have to do the first call, we have somebody else do the first call, your VA or team member, which is what Grace does. Or when you hire a salesperson, the salesperson does the sales call and somebody else does a call. Basically, whoever's selling, ideally, you don't want them doing both calls. You want the salesperson only doing sales calls. So once you're booked solid with sales calls or you hire a salesperson, we suggest moving to advanced. And you have a triage call. What is a triage call? I'm glad you asked. Triage call is a quick 15-minute call. So Grace does our triage calls here. You can see my Facebook. Okay, Grace has booked in Sam for a sales call with Ray on May 21. Let's have a quick look here. So you can see here's Sam here, right? With all his personal details. That's awesome. Sorry, Sam. So you can see here, Grace has booked in a 45-minute sales call because you need 45 minutes for sales calls, about 20 or 30 minutes. And then then you need time to sign them up on the call and close. So even if you get on a call and just close, share the offer and sign them up, it still takes half an hour. So we allow 45 minutes for the sales call. Okay. 1 hour is good. First call 30 minutes, second call 30 minutes if it's just you. But once it's a triage system, we actually do 15 and 45. That's what we do. So you can see here, Grace has booked in Sam with QBC, location, phone number, what kind of lead they were. They came through the 7-figure playbook, who it's booked by, all the details in there, email, etc. And then you can see we've got Grace in here. Has a triage call with Sam, booked in the day before, 15 minutes. Okay. So the triage call is a 15-minute call done. Now, if you're not ready for this, that's fine. I'm just imbuing with the knowledge. So when you are ready, it's giving you something to work towards, right? So Ray will do the call for 45 minutes. But before Sam gets on the call with Ray, the day before, Grace will do a 15-minute triage call to make sure Sam has filled in the form. And if not, fill it out. Now, Grace will actually fully qualify Sam and get on a call, go through the questionnaire with Sam, okay? And if Sam isn't fully qualified, we'll cancel that call. So Ray is only getting on with super high quality, super qualified. Now we have quantum business coaching, quantum digital services, and quantum VA. There's different avatars and different qualifying factors, but it's a really good system. Ray's only doing sales calls. Okay, they're being fully qualified before the sales calls. It saves me time and it saves Ray time. And that's what you all want to aim towards and get to that point in the near future as quickly as possible. I would recommend, yeah. Because once you're booked solid with sales calls, you're going to want to free up some of your time because you can't fit in as many follow-ups, right? You're doing the sales call and the follow-up. Does that make sense? So again, you can come into the portal in here, the VA portal. You can get access to the avatar worksheet, all the systems in here, the checklist. And if you go down, you've got my forms in here. You've got my triage phone script and call scripts in there. The scripts that we use to make the call and to book and everything is all in there. Yeah. Red and blue. Oh yeah, we have color code. Red and blue is red is inquiries, blue is referrals. So because obviously you can see like my Facebook inbox, everything is has like a legend. Right? You can see all your masterminds in here. They have the VA image there. The business coaching clients have their little brain. So these are all VA masterminds. We color code everything. Everything's like, even in my calendar, everything's color coded. I pay attention to the closer details, the finer details. Any questions? No questions? Is that useful, guys? For now, definitely get the pre-qualifying form going, and you can see my examples in the portal. And let's talk about the booking and confirmation process. Okay, so let's talk about some of the finer details, the intricacies, the nuances, if you will. So let's say Christine, looking very lovely today, Christine. Let's say Christine has an appointment ready to book. Elizabeth's ready to book. Okay, Elizabeth's like, yeah, let's book a time. Christine's like, okay, a couple of quick questions. Ask the 3 questions. right? Okay, they're good enough. I'm happy with those. Christine books Elizabeth in. The first thing Christine does is add Elizabeth as a Facebook friend. Whether you're a phone call setter or a DM setter, we add them as a friend. You're building a pipeline. The second thing you do is you add them to the Google Calendar. Now, I just want to focus on most people are not using Google. Now, it doesn't have to be Google Calendar. I like Google Calendar because it can have up to 24 sub calendars. You can see I've got the coaches in here, I've got Ray in here, I've got Noemi in here, and I've got Grace in here as well. I can see everyone's appointments in there. So you can see like when we book somebody in, we've got a QVA call. When this is for you, angels, when you're booking an appointment in the calendar, you need to have full name, the time it is in their time zone, their location. This should actually have phone number. Why does it not have phone number? See how this is what it should have. Should have phone number. Okay. And if you look at it, you always add the person's email so that the prospect receives an email. There's three lists, and we confirm through all three lists. Okay. So you can see in here the Zoom links in here, the emails in here, all the details in here, and even the type of lead and where they came through. So angels, when you set this up and you book the appointment, you add them as a friend. Okay. You then add the person, the prospect, to the Google Calendar with the email and the phone number. And you also create the Zoom link and set up the Zoom link so it's done. Because now this person gets an email with the Zoom link for the call. Okay. Nice and simple, nice and easy. The third thing that you do, angels, is you create the Facebook group chat. Okay, so you add them as a friend, you put them into Google Calendar. Now you do all this on the phone if you're phone call setting, or you do this live in the DM. And again, I'm going to send you guys this script. I've posted in the Zoom chat right now for you guys if you want. Check this out. I'll put it in the group later. So let's say my message is too long. I can't send it. There you go. I'll post it later. So let's say, oh, let's fix this up. My Windows over there. Let's see, who have we got here? Let's say, so Michael's VA is Hustle. So Hustle has somebody to book in, and Hustle does a great job booking appointments for Michael, actually. So Hustle's got Lee ready to, hey, Lee, brother, good to see you. Welcome to the program too, brother. So you just joined yesterday. Looking forward to having you. So Michael has Hustle, who is great appointment setter, does a great job. She's towards the top of our leaderboard quite often. Hustle adds Lee as a friend, puts Lee into the Google Calendar with all the details, then creates a Facebook group chat with Michael and edifies or introduces Michael. Okay. And it's up to Michael. What's the number one determining factor if whether somebody shows up to see Michael or not? What's the number one factor that will determine if Michael's prospect shows up to see Michael? The rapport Michael has with the person. The rapport Michael has. So it's important that the person delivering the sales call is in the Facebook chat. Okay. And so you can see in here, Ray, we actually have a script for this. I'll give you guys access to this. The appointment setter introduces the salesperson, which for you guys will be you, sends the GIF, and then Ray will build rapport. There's actually a script that she uses to build rapport. And guess what they are? Where in the world are you? What kind of business you have? What's your biggest challenge go right now? We can definitely help you with that. Look forward to our call and add them as a friend. Okay. This process here, I'm telling you, for show rates, will skyrocket your show rates. Even if they don't show up, you've added them as a friend and the VA's added them as a friend. This little simple like strategy here is like, it's just great customer. Who do you know that does that like that? And you can see in here that Grace has also put the triage call time. So Grace has put the time of the sales call and the time of the triage call in here. Right. So that are the 3 steps VAs and now you guys that are hiring appointment setters for us, I guarantee you a setter is not doing all those 3 things that intricately. Maybe review it, audit it, and put that in place. I would highly recommend it. Yeah, QVA is Quantum Virtual Assistant, QVC is Quantum Business Coaching, QDS is Quantum Digital Services. So we have different colors and codes for different systems. They're actually technically different businesses, different entities. I know I always make the same mistake and wondering whether J means something else. What did I miss? Do you have instructions about color coding? I'm going to talk about that in a second. How to do it in VA portal, red and blue. All right, cool. Well, look, it wouldn't be a presentation by me if there wasn't a typo. Here we go. So let's talk about confirming appointments. Confirming appointment. I've never met somebody with a good confirmation process. I never met one. How much does it suck? You put all this time and energy into doing the content, building your list, nurturing, pre-qualifying, booking the appointment, and they don't show up. It just sucks, right? Now, the key is to dissociate emotionally from the response you get from people. Whether people show up or not makes no difference to me. Whether people sign up or not makes no difference to me. Whether people sign up and quit the next day, which can be frustrating, makes no difference to me. There's so many people to talk to. It's abundance. If you're getting frustrated over those things, then you're not going to be in flow state and you're just going to push people away more and you're probably going to lose that relationship. Don't burn the bridge, right? So who gets very excited when you sign up a client? Who gets excited when you sell? Yeah, you need to stop that shit. Here's why. If you get excited when you sell a client and you get a yes, yes, I get a yes, what's going to happen when you get a no? The antithesis and the opposite. Now, I'm not saying don't get excited that you have an opportunity to change your life. Yes, I'm talking about getting a sale. Don't do it because the more excited I see people get excited about getting a yes, can't control. Okay, they also get more frustrated by the no's. And we're going to get through the no's to get the yeses. The more no's you get, what happens to yeses? You're going to get more yeses. It's a numbers game, right? Some will, some won't. So what? Okay. So there's four things that you want to do. Okay. And you want to leave no stone unturned. Here's the thing. Now, most of you are working with inquiries and referrals. Are your referrals and inquiries going to be more likely to show up than all the other prospects? They are, right? But you guys are about to expand into a bigger market and audience and bring cold and warm people in. So it's going to be a different game. These people are not going to know you or of you as well. So you need to get better at pre-qualifying, better at building rapport, better at confirming so that they show up. So here's a statistic you might not be aware of. Between 70 and 80% of people that are not referrals and inquiries, that are booked in for a free call, if they're not rang and spoken to the day before, do not show up. That's a massive number. The most important part of the confirmation process is that the prospect is rang the day before. Okay, so what happens? Okay, so you can see Ray's Monday. Ray has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. She's got 9 sales calls. Ray, we get between 8 and 10 sales calls a day for Ray. That's what we book at the moment. So you can see she's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Grace actually works on Sundays, right? And on Sunday, Grace will ring all these people to confirm. Ring at this time, ring to confirm. Okay. And if they don't answer, leave a message. Ring and leave a message. Okay. Now, why I love Calendly, if you're using Calendly send an SMS. If you're like Michael using Go High Level, you're going to probably send SMS confirmations, which is probably doing it as well, right? If you have an SMS feature. If you can send SMS and you set up an SMS is probably the best way because you're not going to always get hold of them on the phone. But I want to leave no stone unturned. Okay. Now, because the email is in here already, they're going to get a confirmation. But here's the thing. Have you checked your settings for when the confirmation is set? Here's my suggestion for the Google email notifications. When you go into settings, they get an email 24 hours beforehand and an email 1 hour beforehand. That would be my suggestion. Okay. Now, the good thing about having Grace ring is great. Hey, Michael, it's Grace here. Just give me a call to confirm your time with Ray tomorrow at 10 a.m. Are you still good for that? Yes. If not, oh, that's not a problem. Let's reschedule. Never make people feel bad for canceling or not showing or rescheduling. Never. How many times before they're out? I just keep going. Why? You know, like, oh, 3 strikes are out, right? Oh, you didn't show up. How dare you? I'm blocking you, right? I used to be like that. I used to be that guy. Actually, not that long ago. I'm just a lot more chilled about it now, right? Keep the relationship, mate. You never know what's going on with people. Everybody's going through shit. And a free call with you is not the most important thing in their life right now, despite what you may think, right? Although it's probably what they need, isn't it, right? So we want to ring them the day before. Your VA, if they're not ringing all of your prospects the day before to confirm, they need to start, number one. If you have SMS feature, do that. Set up SMS on your calendar, okay? Adjust the email settings for Google Calendar 24 hours before, 1 hour before. Just go to settings, you can work that out. If you guys can never work something out how to do something technical, go to YouTube and YouTube it. You'll always find a tutorial for it. That's how I worked everything out. YouTube. Yeah. I also, additional to that, so they're emailed the day before by Google, rang the day before by your VA, and the SMS by Calendly, or if you have a feature set up to do that. And then what's really important here is that the person delivering the sales call needs to message on Facebook the day before. The person doing, so if the sales call is booked with Michael by Hustle, Michael, the day before, the afternoon before, needs to send a message in the Facebook chat. Hey, looking forward to our call tomorrow. Here is the Zoom link again. Okay. Please type confirm below to confirm. Because if Michael just goes, here's the Zoom link, see you tomorrow, that's not a confirmation. You've got to get the person going, yes, I will be there. And don't be afraid to go, hey, Michael, is there any reason you cannot make it? That's cool. Let's reschedule. Let's find you another time. Yeah. The intricacies of this slide that I shared with you, so simple and so nuanced, will make a massive difference, huge difference, guys, to your appointments, to the quality and the show rates and building the pipeline. They really are. They're so simple, but so powerful, what I just went through there. What was, that's what I'm saying. I talked about that. That's ring. Let's ring the day before. Grind the day before. The G is missing. Got to grind every day. Is SMS on Calendly a paid feature? It is. I think it's like $13 a month or something. Any questions? Is that useful? What's everyone's biggest takeaway so far? You guys learning? We're still on the basic stuff. We're way behind time, but I'll work it out. What's everyone's biggest takeaway so far? What's the one little thing so far you feel like it's going to help the most? The number of contacts before sales call, increasing show rate techniques, set up SMS, Google email reminders, everything critical. It's just, again, just basic foundational. Would it be okay to use my personal business phone or SMS? Yeah, whatever. Yep. Don't get excited about us. Don't get excited about getting a yes. That's a huge mistake. Get excited about helping the person. Yes, I'm not saying don't get excited, but what are you getting excited about? Yes, I made a sale. I can eat this week. That's actually a scarcity mentality. Yeah. Attention to details. Quantity comes first. Increasing show rates. Confirmation. Well, you're all coming out quick now. Yep. Learning lots, adding Google Calendar. Again, this is the art and the science of, so we're going a little bit deeper. Better communication. All of it. Yes, sir. Numbers game. Cool. All right, let's keep going because we are way behind. Okay, cool. I can do it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move through some of the stuff that is in the strategy calls a little bit faster. So I think almost all of you have been through our VA strategy calls, and the third strategy call is the appointment setting one. Some of you did it yesterday. In that, I talk about DM appointment setting, phone call setting, and email setting. So to get through more new content and in-depth stuff, I'm going to move through this a bit faster than I normally would, because there's also scripts for these as well. So your appointment there, as a human being, there's three main ways to book appointments using our three lists: DM, phone, and email. I'm going to touch on each of them quickly. I'm not going to do the full training here, because you've all had the full training. I believe all of you have. Tracy Maud in the house. How you doing? Vicky. Yeah, you've all had the training. There's no one on this call that's not been through the strategy calls. So rather than repeating myself when the script's all there, for those of you, most of you will be able to get 10 appointments per week, 2 a day, just from DM setting. Okay. So DM setting is definitely the most popular. I'll just touch on some of the most important key components of DM setting. I'm not going to go through the structure again because I'd rather go through some newer stuff and more of the in-depth stuff that I want to talk to you guys about. Like even like setting up Calendly and so forth, and like training your appointment setter and things like that. So in order for your appointment setter to book appointments, you obviously need to have a script. So we're going to have the DM scripts. You can go to the portal and set up those scripts. Those of you in the group business coaching program, next week, you're actually going to set up your scripts then. So don't worry about it then. Wait till I give it to you in the action items. But you can find the DM appointment setting scripts in both portals. I will touch on this really quickly about DM setting. The most important part of DM setting is if I send Vedas a DM, the most important thing is in Vedas' mind, is there a justifiable reason I'm sending him a message? If in his mind there is not, he will consider it cold or spam. If in his mind there is, it will be accepted. Does that make sense? So we don't do cold calls, we don't do cold DMs, because I would much rather use attraction marketing and speak to people that know of us, want to talk to us, and do it with elegance and ethics. We have the most elegant, ethical DM appointment setting system in the world. And there's 3 ways or reasons that I found that we can justify sending you a DM. Just going to move my windows around a bit here. All right, cool. So there's 3 reasons we can justify sending you a DM. So let's say, Kimberly, good to see you here. Let's say, Kimberly, let's say that you join my Facebook group on Facebook, and you know it's my group. You join my Facebook group, and Daphne, who manages the group, sends you a message. Hey, Kimberly, Jason's personal assistant here. He's asked me to send you a message and just say, welcome to the group. Thank you so much for joining. Here's a free gift. If it resonates with you, check it out. If not, also cool. I just want to say thank you and have a great day. Would you have a problem with that? Would anyone have a problem with that? I don't think you would. No. You'd probably feel special. We've given you a special warm welcome. Oh, that's nice. Okay. Not Kimberly, thank you for joining your group. Here's our calendar. We can get you 100 appointments per month. Where are you? Are you there? Did you get my message? None of that. No, don't do that. What if Kimmy's here? Hey Kimmy, how you doing? Let's say Erica, let's say that on Facebook we post an offer, like for a free ebook, and you request the ebook. You're not going to have a problem with us sending you the ebook, right? So the second reason we can justify sending someone a DM is if they request the calendar link, a free offer, or the event link. Somebody has requested it. That makes sense. And the third is probably the biggest one. It's the quantitative, and I think people miss out a lot of people here. Is if people interact on the post. Well, if you just simply like my post, you just click like, and that's it. And one of my team message you and go, hey, Jason's asked me to send you a message, say, thank you so much for liking the post and support. Have a beautiful day. That's it. Would you have a problem with that? No. Not, thank you for liking my post, buy my shit, book a time, here's my Calendly. I just like, thank you. Okay. Now, majority of the time, or at least half of the time, what's going to happen in each of those 3 situations? Someone's going to reply and say, thank you. Now, appointment setters, I want you to hear this. If people don't reply, we do not follow up here. It's one of the few times we do not, because it will come across desperate. Eric, next day, Erica, did you get this? That's desperate. That's a scarcity mentality. I'm too busy. We've got too many people to speak to do that. So many people to speak to. And what's going to happen if Erica liked my post today, and I send that, and she likes it again tomorrow, she's going to get another message. And what about third day? She's going to get another message. She's either going to reply or stop liking my stuff, right? We don't get any complaints from it as well. Now, once Erica replies, I have compliance. I have permission, if you will, to communicate and interact. And that's where you dive into the script, and it's always exactly the same. I'm not going to do training on that script right now because it is in a portal. We have gone through it in the strategy calls, and everyone's pretty trained on that as well. But I will say this, the key is to give first, give hard, and give without expecting return. Give. Don't focus in this situation on getting an appointment. Focus on building a relationship and helping the person. If it means not offering the appointment yet, so be it. You want to keep that relationship open. That's the relationship's the more important part. You know, if they book an appointment, if they might book an appointment in a month, 4 years, I don't know. Yeah. Don't follow up unless they answer. That one little thing there is huge. Don't do it. It's desperate. Yeah. Yeah, Noemi will respond. Noemi's working today. Anyone here with pending strategy calls? Maybe a couple of you, most of them haven't. Yeah, all right, cool. Any questions on DM setting? Again, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to go through more than that because I'd rather go through some of this stuff. Okay, cool. So I would actually aim for your appointment setter should be booking 5 appointments per week, 1 a day through DM if they're doing at least 20 hours. I will say this to you though, you want to get your VAs full-time as quickly as possible. That means getting appointments so you can get more clients and justify increasing the hours. Yeah. Yeah, cool. All right, so let's talk about using the Facebook group because I've actually updated my system recently. There is no training in depth for it, and I actually don't get a chance in the strategy course to go through it properly. Here is why. Who wants to see my Facebook group strategy? Why we get so many appointments from Facebook and clients? We send clients every day from Facebook groups. I want to go through the process a little bit more in depth than I ever have. Even Michael and Lisa wouldn't have seen this in depth before. I really want to do this today. So, um, how I'm going to approach this. I want to make sure I give you new stuff here for your pin post. Okay, cool. Let's do this. All right, let's go to Facebook. Move the windows out of the way. Let's see how cool. Cool. Let's move this stuff. It's going to move a few things around. Let's close the stuff down. Okay, cool. So you all have been through the strategy calls or you're in the business coaching program. So you all know that the most powerful way to get attention, leads, and more importantly, appointments on Facebook is with your own public community group. So we're all setting that up. There's trainings in the program, in the portal, on how to optimize this for search engine and then how to set it up. So I want to go through some of the deeper things in the process of what we do. So in a nutshell, remember, this is what we do. The beginning of every day of our VA's shift, we all get on a call and together we send the friend requests and invite to the group. So your VAs all have 3 Facebook accounts. You have 1. And that means you can send 25 friend requests to each of the 4 accounts, 100 friend requests, and invite all of those people to this group. And you do that in the call every day forevermore. That's how you build your group. Okay. So what happens from there is you put your 4 pieces of content in this group each day, which you know. We pin it to the featured section. You pin it to the featured section so your VA can find it. Okay. And so we're bringing quantity into the group to grow it. We want to get it to 2,000 or 3,000 members as quickly as possible so it takes off, search engine kicks in. On Facebook, all of your priorities right now is to build this group. If you're in the group business coaching program, your primary focus on Facebook is to build this group right now and then nurture it. To nurture it, you put your content in here. Facebook Live each day, your reel each day, your blog, any question. Okay. And so you put your 4 pieces of content in here. Okay. So there's a couple of components. There's 3 ways. Now, the Facebook group has 1 manager. Daphne is the manager of this Facebook group. She's the only one in here, so that way we're not having multiple people messaging the same person and spamming them. So your current VA is your public Facebook group manager. They're responsible for growing it, nurturing it, removing spam, all that kind of stuff, right? So they'll interact and communicate in here and use that. And they'll use 3 of their own profiles. Okay. What's really important with your Facebook group that you want to have set up is pinned to the top of the group is a welcome message. Okay, and I'm happy for you to model or literally copy mine. We've got welcome to the online coaches group. Be sure to watch the video below. And there's free gifts in here. Now, you'll notice Facebook groups have stopped hyperlinking links. Not much you can do about it. It does it sometimes, doesn't do it other times. I actually don't know why. It's just something that's going on at the moment with Facebook. I think they're just stopping removing spam. So you'll see these aren't hyperlinks, but I'll show you the solution to that in a moment. Okay. So I've put in here free gifts. So when I build this Facebook group, I want to do the 4 pieces of content and promote my events in here. Okay. And I want Daphne to be able to welcome people and book them in for appointments, DM people that interact and book them in for appointments, and send people the free offers and book them for appointments. The better I do that through my content, the more people Daphne wants to speak to, the more appointments she's going to book. Daphne is equal the best DM setter we've ever had in 14 years. She's brilliant, right? You know, we get a couple of clients every week from her, 1 setup. Okay. So we put the free gifts in here. We put 2 free gifts to my funnels. So if you have funnels or offers set up, you want to put your 2 quantitative ones, most popular ones in here, because the whole idea is to grow the Facebook group and then collect everyone's phone number and email. So your goal is to build the group and then collect everyone's phone numbers and emails. So you can give the phone numbers to your phone setter to call and book in, and you've got more people to email to book in. So that's what we're using. We're using this Facebook group as a funnel to collect phone and email and build those 2 lists. Okay, when done properly, how do we do that? Well, I've showed you how to build and you add every day. Now, if you don't have offers yet, you can put your next event in here and your calendar link. All right, you can put your webinar in here and your calendar link here. Okay, so you can do that. Now, if you want to copy mine, go for it. And there's a bit of a video here, which is actually pretty old. This is at Cairns, actually. Crystal Brook Riley, quite nice. So this is the important part I want to share with you. This is how Daphne gets a lot of appointments. Just going to mute that person. I think they muted themselves. All right, cool. So every Monday, VAs and appointment setters, I want you to hear this. Every Monday, VAs and appointment setters. Everybody. This is really important. This is actually a really important part of our strategy. And we don't talk about the strategy call. Every Monday, what happens is I do this as the business owner. Every Monday in every group, you do this in the VIP group, you copy the welcome message, you click on people. If it's public group, it says people. If it's private, it'll say members. So you click on people or members, and it'll show you how many people have joined in the last week. So you can see in the last week, I've had over 300 members. See on the right here? All right. I've actually had about 600 join in the last week. Who would like that kind of growth, by the way? Michael Scott will tell you, anyone that follows the system, if you do this for 6 months, your group will explode. It will just blow up. It happens every time without fail. So every Monday, I click on write a welcome post and it will tag all these people, which means these 500 or 600 people are going to get a little red notification. I paste the welcome message and I just tidy this up, always space things out, space it out, space it out, space it out. Make sure you always tidy it up. There should always be more white than black. The black being the text. Have it nice and spaced out. I'm going to add an image. Here's one I prepared earlier. Got a welcome image. Got a few different ones in here. And I'm going to welcome them. I'm the business owner and the creator. It's much more well accepted if I do it than my VA, and it literally takes me 2 minutes. I'm just going to personalize this. Our newest members. We only do it once a week, so it's not spammy to all the other members. Okay. These look like they're hyperlinked, actually. That's good. Just tidy it up. Check it. I don't think this will work because there's too many people to tag. Let's try. Hey, it's working. That's rare. Wow. Okay, just let me tag. And normally it only lets you tag up to 300 people. And so now this welcome message. Now this is the cool part, right? Daphne on Monday has all of these people to DM the welcome message. So what Daphne will do is she'll hover over these people if they fit the avatar. Okay, so some of these people won't, right? Some will be VAs, some of the people will hover over them, and if they're an online business owner in the right country, they're not in India or Pakistan or Africa, they're not a VA, she'll add them as a friend and send them the welcome message with the free coaches kit. And then use the script to book them for an appointment. So Daphne's got all these people to speak to, right? Now she'll sift through them. Now, if we get a little bit more intricate here, to avoid restrictions, everybody hear this, use the rule of 10. 10 DMs in one go, 10 replies on a post in one go, 10, you can do 10 things, 10 we can actually do more than 10 friend requests, but with interaction. Now, per Facebook account, you can send 25 to 30 DMs. If you stick to 25 DMs a day to non-friends, you can do 25 a day per account, but if they have 3 accounts, they can do 75 DMs a day on Facebook. So your VA should be sending 75 DMs to new people and 75 friend requests, new people every day. Okay. This is a really cool, really powerful strategy to do. Any questions on that? Is that useful? It's such a simple thing, but it's actually really powerful. How do you find that group of people? Yeah, you click on people here. If it's public group, it's private members. No, you're meant to be looking at my Facebook. Can you not see my Facebook? Are you serious? You guys can see my Facebook, right? You saw that whole time. Did you not see that? Are you messing with me? All right, cool. VA doesn't get out. For some reason, my VA doesn't get access to my group, even if I put it as a moderator. Has you joined in the public group? Yeah, cool. Yeah, you can see my face. Hey, Nick Diamand's in the house. Good to see you here, brother. Okay, so another part I want to talk to you about the intricacies of using the Facebook group to actually get appointments. So that's number one. The second part, so always put all of your content in the featured section. It's probably not as important when your group's smaller, but when it gets bigger, because then your VA can come and find it easy. So if you come in and scroll down here, let's find one of my posts here. We put my content in here. This didn't get any comments. Interesting. Not many people saw it. Interesting. Let's find one of my content. Oh, it's doing that weird thing where you can't see Daphne's replies. Oh, there you go. All right, cool. So even the prize draws are free offer. So you're doing the business meeting program about the group in the awards. You've got your prize draw as an offer, right? So I've put it here, and you can see some people have commented. I'm going to find a different one actually. It's fine. Oh, here we go. This is a good one. So I've gone. This is the question for the day, right? We used a simple DM script, book 80 calls, signed 20 clients in 6 days. We did this a few months ago. Actually, it was really cool. Um, who wants it? And so the first script is the welcome script that they're doing on the Monday, and then doing that. The second is when people request the free offer. Okay. So Bev has gone, yes, please. So what Daphne will do, and our guys come into my group, guys, copy and paste on this if you want. Copy it and then personalize it, but use it as a template and base. So what Daphne will do, so people will, hey, I've got this Calendly who wants it. I've got this webinar who wants it. I've got this prize draw who wants it. I got this. We always say comment below. So whenever you have a call to action, you always say comment below this code, this word for the link or whatever it is, because then you remove yourself from the process. You're not getting inboxes, which you don't want, and you're letting your VA take care of it. Daphne takes care of it. I post, remove myself from the process. Daphne now takes care of that person. That's her job as a customer service manager of the group. Okay. So if you say comment below, then that helps you do that. People love codes as well. People love that stuff. It's quite funny. People seem to like the corny. So what Daphne will do here is go, hey, it's Jason's personal assistant. As requested, here's your scripts. So Daphne comments on all of these. She's actually commented, but they disappeared. It's been doing that for a while. So Daphne will comment because it will boost the algorithm for this post. Also, some people might see it that didn't even interact and download it. Okay. Now, what Daphne will also do, this is important, will send this person a friend request if they fit the avatar, send them a message, and aim to book them in for an appointment. South African. I get asked if I'm South African a lot. It's funny. I always get asked what's my accent. It's hilarious. The way Australians say weird is funny. You're we don't have an accent. It's you have an accent. Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, cool. All right. And so the third script, the third reason Daphne can message people is if they interact. So if somebody simply likes this post, so this post, Rich has just liked this post, Daphne will DM that person. Thank you for liking the post. Have a great day. So this group, when done properly with the intricacies of what I just shared with you, gives Daphne so many people to speak to. Now, the longer Daphne works for me, the bigger her pipeline. Because what's Daphne doing? She's adding these people as friends. Daphne's got thousands of Facebook friends that fit her avatar. So when we set up an event like a webinar, she's got 2,000 people to invite to the webinar. She's got a pipeline of people to speak to. So she's using her she's actually got 4 Facebook accounts now because she's doing 50. All my full timers are doing 50 hours per week, 50 to 60 hours per week. But she has 4 accounts that she's using. So we got 4 accounts we're using to drive to events, to promote, etc., etc. It seems archaic, it seems simple, but it's organic. It's organic marketing. It's the way we do it. So, any questions on that process? Don't follow up, overcome rejections, build rapport, pipeline, cool. I think that's all I want to go through there. The rest, I think we go through in the strategy calls. What's the most effective way to get people to a new group? I just mentioned you add them as a Facebook friend and you invite them. That's it. Simple. I don't do anything else to get people to groups. That's all I do. The other way is you optimize it for search engine. We're going to go through that in a session in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, we go through that. So you want to optimize it, but you can optimize. So some of you heard me say before that the micro part of the social media platform is the algorithm or algorithms. Okay, but that's the micro part, the small part. The more important part, the meta, the bigger part, macro part, is the fact that Facebook is a search engine. If you know how to optimize a group for search engine, you'll get more new members from that than anything you can do on the algorithm. Because algorithms is post to post based. So you can have one killer post, everything else is dead. Yeah. Any other questions on that? Bloody Aussie, mate. We don't say g'day, mate, anymore. We say I gone. I gone. That's what we said. I was trying to explain to the Balinese 2 weeks ago. No questions on the Facebook, guys. Mate is British? Well, technically we are British criminals, so us Aussies. Hi, gone. That's the one, Nick. You got it, yeah. Yes, Captain. Um, talking about accents, that's funny. No questions on Facebook, really? Was that useful? So you got to pay attention to the details. That's what I'm saying. People don't realize the details of appointment setting, like in sales. It's very detailed. And if you miss 10, 20 little details, it becomes a big thing, right? Okay, cool. Yeah. Alrighty. So let's talk about Calendly, because most people don't know how to bloody use Calendly, how to set it up, how to optimize it, how to use it, when to use it, and so forth. So most people use Calendly how? How do most people use Calendly? In the worst possible way. The two worst ways to use Calendly. Here's the two worst ways to use Calendly. Number one, the worst way to use Calendly. Uh, have you ever gotten a message from somebody and you've never heard of them? They cold DM you. How would you like 100 appointments every month? We can help you do that. Here's a link to my Calendly. Book a time. Has that ever worked in the history of mankind? Who here has booked an appointment on a Calendly from a cold message ever? It might happen, but very bloody rare. I never have. I don't even buy stuff from people that do that. I don't want to do business with people that do stuff cold. It's the one thing that's not in alignment with my value system. It doesn't fit my value system. I just think spam and cold is unethical. That's my value system. And since I've adopted that, because I used to spam a lot, I seem to piss a lot less people off these days. A lot less. Main way I piss people off is through my triggering content now, which is kind of fun. But no, that's another training. So the second worst way to use Calendly is when you get an appointment. So let's say I'm talking to D. D, how would you feel if we jumped on a quick call to see how we can get more leads? And D's like, let's do it. Appointment setters and VAs, do not do this. And I know some of you are still doing this. Do not send the Calendly link for an appointment. Period. Here's why. If D says, yes, let's book an appointment, and I send D the Calendly link and say, here's my schedule, book in a time, who has control over booking the appointment, me or D? D does, the prospect. But who do I want to have control over booking the appointment? Me. So we do, once we get a yes to an appointment setters, please hear this. Once you've got someone go, yes, let's book, you ask the 3 pre-qualifying questions, then you give 2 time slots. You give 2 time slots. D, we can book you in for 2 p.m. tomorrow or 3 p.m. the next day. Which is easier for you? Which is better for you? You give 2 time slots. If D says I can't do either of those, guess what I do? Not a problem. We could do 4 p.m. Friday or 2 p.m. Saturday, which is easier for you. Right? If she gives me more hassle, I'll be like, which day can you do? Which day is best for you? Morning or afternoon? And then find the time slot. But always give 2 double bind, A or B. The last thing you want to be going, and never say this. B, when can you do? What? What? No. You can spend half an hour trying to get an appointment. Okay. So, okay, well, that's great, Jace. Why do we have Calendly and when do we use it? Okay, I'm going to talk about optimizing in a moment. The time we use Calendly, here's when we use Calendly. Number one, if D says to me, after yes to the appointment, says, I need to check my schedule or talk to my partner or roster or something like that, which you do get, I will say, here is my schedule, book a time when you can. Okay. If I haven't heard from you in 24 hours, I'll follow you up and get you booked in. Because now I know that she's going to go off and hopefully book a time. Because if I don't send it, I'm not going to get it. If she goes away and I don't send the calendar link, then I definitely get an appointment. If I send the calendar link here, I might get an appointment. I follow up tomorrow. I can't tell you this nuance here is like some of you missed out on so many appointments because of that silly little mistake. It seems like such a trivial little thing, but it's these trivial little mistakes that you guys make in appointment setting. Same as sales. Sales is the same. There's an art and a science to sales. It's so intricate. I can't wait to teach you guys advanced sales. It's gonna be awesome. That is 5. I've never had someone say that. It makes total sense. Yeah. Objective. The other time we use it is in calls to action. Calls to action. You're doing content, reels, blogs, videos. You give value. You go, here's how to generate leads. Here's how to heal that trauma. Here's how to lose that weight. By the way, if you do want to jump on a quick free call to see how we can help you lose that weight, heal that trauma, generate leads, take your business to the next level, give your partner multiple orgasms, meet soulmate, whatever it is, comment below and we'll send you a link to book in a time. All right. Well, comment below and we'll get you booked in. And now your VA can send that calendar link and book them in, etc. Right? Well, no, sorry. Now what your VA can do is actually DM them and aim to book them in without even using the calendar link, but you can comment the calendar there. What Daphne will do in that situation is post the calendar in the post and then aim to book them in the DM. If not, then use the calendar. But that's the one time I use it in calls to action for content. I use it in email, which we'll talk about shortly. I use it in events. All right. So in certain events, if you're doing a webinar, you can, in the webinar, offer everybody a free session and send the Calendly in the Zoom live, and they can book in while you're on it. And you can use it on funnels and the thank you page. That's what would be my suggestion. Okay. So have a quick look at optimizing Calendly. How am I going to do this? Uh, let's do it this way. It's going to go in this way a bit quicker. This is our new sales kit. Okay, so if you look at Calendly, okay, we have a free business consultation. Okay, so you need make sure you've got a good profile picture in your Calendly. Okay, a professional photo. The name of the call is really important. So we call ours a free business consultation. You can call yours whatever you want. There's only one thing I suggest not calling it, strategy session. Here's why I never call a free call a strategy session, because basically people think you're going to give them advice and coach them for free. I don't think that's a good idea. And if you're using our sales process, you're asking questions anyway. It's a sales process. So you could call it a discovery call, consultation, something like that. If you're stuck on a name, let me know. Now you're probably going to have a 30-minute call because you've got a 30-minute discovery call, 30-minute sales call. Right? And then in the topic here, be explicitly clear. It's a free 45-minute Zoom business consultation. See how we can fast track your business goals. There may or may not be an option to continue to work together in one of our one-on-one or group business coaching programs. I don't want sleight of hand or mouth. I don't want there to be surprises. When people get on a sales call, I want them to know the price. I want them to know how it works. I want them all to have all the details. You don't want surprises on the calls. You don't be like, surprise, I'm selling you shit. You don't want to do that, right? So paste here, please. You want me to paste this? I can do that. There you go. Nice and easy. Cool. Again, anything I ever use, you can literally copy paste. Except for like my whole books or something like that, but go for it. Now, when you let's click on next one. So when you click on something and find an availability, oh, you know what? I blocked out all my times. 1 second. Let's see. Let's go. Let's free up. Let's move this in a second. This is actually really important. If you're looking at Calendly to Google Calendar, what you need to do is you need to leave gaps in your Google Calendar for when your availability is or when your appointments will go. Otherwise, it won't show up in Calendly. I've actually done that intentionally at the moment. I'm just going to refresh it. Okay, no, it should be available. All right, here we go. So when you go to book it, if we have a look, book here, click next, you can embed pre-qualifying questions into Calendly. So what you can do in Calendly, you can see I've got my logo here. That actually should be, oh, it's only one logo per account. That's why I think this away. Okay, so you can see we've got pre-qualifying questions in here if they book through Calendly. So people book through Calendly, they actually don't need to fill in the other form because they've already filled it in. Name, email, phone number, we've got SMS set up, country, what kind of business. So you set up the pre-qualifying questions in Calendly, and that's how I would set it up. But also set it up so it has SMS features, so that and you can always set up set up SMS the same as email, 24 hours beforehand and 1 hour beforehand. I would do the same. Definitely 1 hour beforehand as well. So that's how I set up Calendly. Any questions on Calendly and Google Calendar? You can also add the stuff and put not busy. You see, yep, cool. Any questions? No, everyone's pretty quiet. Just need to say, what is this? I just need to decide on a name and set up my, oh, your public community group? Yeah. Do you make those questions compulsory? Yeah, all questions are compulsory. If it's a question, if it's a question on the landing page, it's always a required field, no matter what the question is. What's the point of having it? It's not required, yeah. Are all the features available in Calendly? All this, yes, 100%. Just checking my bookings and checking the text available also. Again, this is an SOP training. We're looking at the intricate details of each of the system. We're looking at the processes within the system, right? Yeah. Cool. Is that helpful? Is that useful? All right, let's talk about email setting just very quickly because this is in the strategy call. If you haven't yet, you all want to start email appointment setting Monday. In a nutshell, very simple. One email is sent by your VA every day. So when you get on your meeting with your VA every morning, one of the things you do is you let your VA know which piece of content they're emailing. Your VA sends an email every day. All right, and it's an extension of the omnipresent system. So Monday might be the video, Tuesday the blog, Wednesday is your next event, so it'll be your prize draw. Thursday's a video, Friday's a blog. Now it needs to have calls to action. Group business coaching clients, you're going to start emails on Monday, right? Because you have to start marketing your prize draw on Monday. So Monday's nice and easy because you're just going to send you a direct event promo for the prize draw. Okay, copy and paste Monday. Tuesday, then now you can send your blog post with a call to action to your prize draw. Wednesday, you can send a video with a call to action to your prize draw. Thursday, you can send it, etc., etc. So creating content and putting it on socials and emailing to your list allow you to promote something every day. Because if you have a prize draw, you can't just post a banner every day. Enter my draw, enter my draw. It's very spammy. You don't want to do that. Key to marketing to people online is to market to them in a way they don't feel like they're being marketed to. The only time we post a banner is when we announce the event or last chance to join the event. So in between the prize draw event, you won't use the banner at all, guys. You'll use your content. So through email, you can have it at the bottom. By the way, I'm giving away a free seat to my upcoming program. Click here to win. You can do that in email every day and get away with it and not be spammy. That's the cool thing about this process. Once you have five, who has 5 offers or 5 funnels set up? Tahi does, a few of you guys do, Nicholas does. Then your email should always have 2 calls to action. It should be a Calendly and event, or Calendly and offer, or offer and event. If you look at any of my emails, there's pretty much always 2 calls to action. People might be interested in one, but not in the other. Now, this is for the purpose of setting. I think of events as an appointment. This today is a group appointment. Okay, I don't think we have any prospects, so I was going to sell the group no, I am going to sell the group program. I'm going to make you guys an offer for the group program today because some of you guys aren't in the program. At the end of this session, I'm going to make an offer. I'm going to sell something. I'm going to sell the group business coaching program. Some will buy, some won't, some are already in the program. I'm going to make an offer. It's a group appointment. So your webinars are a group appointment and your Zoom calls are an appointment. They're one-on-one. So using emails to promote the events in the Calendly is really the key. Yeah, and you can do that every day. The smaller your business, the more often you can post to Calendly. Group business coaching clients don't post to Calendly yet until the following week. Until you don't use your Calendly to promote that until you've drawn the prize draw. Okay. Yeah, cool. I think that's it on email marketing. Just you want to have daily email content and have 1 or 2 calls to action. Smaller your business, the more often that is a Calendly link. Okay. Now you might do that. Let's say you send an email every day for 2 weeks at Calendly and you don't get an appointment. Does that mean it's not working? No, it's awareness. People are constantly seeing that, hey, you're a business coach, you're a fitness coach, you're a life coach. Again, that's what we want. So just because you're not getting the result doesn't mean the attention's not coming through, and the attention is the first step anyway. Yeah. Any questions around emails? All right, we've caught up a bit on time now. That's good. Good stuff. Everyone's biggest takeaway so far? Has anyone got any of those 3 numbers on the piece of paper yet? What about the other piece of paper with a list of all the things you're not yet doing, you're going to start doing? That should be getting juicy. Is that getting bigger? That's going to be pretty big. No questions? You guys are very quiet. All of it? All right, cool. All right, we're just going to touch on phone setting quickly because we talk about a lot. It's in the strategy call. So I'm just going to say this, that phone call setting is the most powerful way to get appointments. If you want more than 10 appointments, but who wants more than 10 appointments per week? You're going to want and need phone call setting. You're just going to. So again, I think everybody on this call has been through training in phone settings. I'm not going to go through the structure of the process. But basically what you want to do if you're using our system, especially in the business coaching program, you want to collect phone numbers on everything, Calendly, your funnels and offers, and of course your events. And you want to start having your VA ring them all and book them in for appointments. We use Skype, as I've mentioned, when you're ready to have those phone calls made. You can find my phone scripts in the portal. You want to personalize them. So again, those in the group business coaching program, we're going to set up your phone and DM scripts next week because you're going to need them for the prize draw. So you guys are doing the prize draw. Your VA will ring them and DM those people and offer them an appointment. Yeah. I'm actually so surprised that people answer the phone. Well, here's the thing about that, right? Because we project. So I haven't answered my phone in 5 years. But so who else doesn't really answer your phone if you don't know the number? A lot of people. So we go, well, that must mean everyone does it. Well, here's the thing. What is the largest restaurant chain in the world? What's the largest restaurant chain in the world? Largest restaurant chain in the world. That's not a trick question. Yeah, McDonald's. I have not eaten McDonald's in 12 years. So just because I don't, who else does not eat McDonald's? Who else doesn't eat that crap? It's terrible. That shit's, I don't think people realize just how bad that shit is. Tastes amazing, or going in. So does popcorn chicken from KFC going in. It's amazing. Coming out, not so good. Also, if you knew what's actually in there, it's actually disgusting. It's really disgusting when you learn what's actually in all that shit. You would, if you saw how it's made legitimately, you'd probably throw up in your mouth and never eat it again, right? But it's the biggest restaurant chain in the world. That means billions of people or millions of people, whatever, do it. So just because I don't do it doesn't mean other people. So our phone call setters on average will double the amount our DM setters do when I equip them with what they need to be successful. If I set Daphne up and I set Grace up properly, Grace will book double the amount of appointments as Daphne. Yeah. Phone call setting is the way. So you want to add that to your arsenal. The most important, the thing about phone call setting as well is you got to think about return on investment, right? And I said this in the strategy call. If your VA starts making just 6 hours of phone calls a week, how much does that cost you? $60. $60, right? But let's say in 6 hours they only book 2 appointments and one becomes a client. What revenue does that give you? $200 a week? You've already tripled your return on investment in 1 week. The return on investment for phone call setting or appointment setting period is huge. And you guys are not increasing the hours of your appointment setters fast enough because you're in that scarcity mentality where you don't have enough money. That's because you're looking at your appointment setters as an expense and not an investment. I'm not saying this to manipulate you or whatever, or to coerce you into increasing hours, although I wish I could, because you'd all win. The VA would make more money, you'd get more clients, everyone would be happier, you'd be happier with me. So everybody wins. I make no money from the QVA business, literally no money. So it doesn't make any difference to me financially. I just know everybody will win more. So the key is how do we do that as quickly as possible? And the key is to focus on return on investment. Sit down, or for most of you, if your VA gets you one client in the next 8 weeks, you're already in positive return on investment. The return on investment is crazy. And then when people struggle, the first thing they get rid of are the things that's going to make the money. They get rid of the appointment setter. They stop doing the ads. They let go of the team. If my business is going through a tough time, I hire more team to bring in more appointments and sales. I do more ads. I do more of the things that are going to bring in the investment, the return on investment. Because then you've got to really clarify and understand the difference between expenses and investments, guys. An investment is something that brings positive return into your business. And for all of you right now, none of you probably have something that brings in more of a positive return or the potential to than your appointment setter. Yet some of you on this call will quit in the next few weeks and cancel and fire that and never hire another one and stay stuck. So perplexed. It's really frustrating for me to see that when I know what's on the other side for those that keep growing. Now, I know finances can be tight. I don't want you to put financial pressure on yourself. But the sooner you get more appointments and you get in the trenches with your VA and do it with them, the sooner you can get them to full time. The sooner you can get that appointment. The sooner you can, I want all of you. I want to see all of you booking 10 or 20 appointments. You do that for 6, 12 months, you're going to crush it. Anyway, that was my rant. Come to Australia, hang out with you all. Awesome. Does Calendly have email automation? Of course it does. Yes. You despise answering the phone. I never answer the phone. I haven't answered my phone in 5 years. So. My one-on-one page is not focusing on getting appointments. Okay, cool. All right. Any questions on phone calls? Again, we've gone through the whole structure. The scripts are in my Oh, there is something I want to talk about with that. Sorry, I want to show you my process. There is something we don't talk about strategy calls. You have no choice to participate. That's the mentality you want. Yeah, that's the mentality you want. Get rich or die trying. So I want to show you my phone call strategy for. So here's what I personally do. It's a little archaic and old school, but I guarantee it's faster than your way. For me, the most important part of appointment setting is actually speed. I do speed training with my guys. I'm going to talk about how to train your appointment setter shortly because most people don't know how to train their appointment setters. No offense, they just don't. They haven't been trained on how to train. So here's what I personally do. So I want everybody to hear this, especially from the business coaching program. Once you've got, and this is what you'll do in the group business coaching program. Every Monday, I do this personally as a business owner. because I have a couple of jobs in the business, and one of them is it's my job to make sure the business brings in at least 300 leads per week. That's one of my jobs. That's my responsibility to actually personally do that through events and content and so forth. I need to be able to give Grace at least 200 phone numbers per week minimum, and also we'll both have phone call centers, so I'm actually aiming for 400 a week now in the next few weeks for Val. Yeah. So here's what I personally do every Monday is I download all of the new phone numbers from the previous week from my ClickFunnels. For you guys, it might be Go Hello. I download all the phone numbers from my webinar. But let me just show you. Some people might see your private details. Does anyone have a problem with that? Just your phone number. I'm just going to do it. I believe in abundance. So here's what I do on Monday, and I'll just show you what I'm going to do. So here's what I'm going to do on Monday. I'm going to come to my ClickFunnels, okay, and I'm going to come to this workshop appointment setting. I'm going to come to this workshop, okay, after the event. So if you do a prize draw or a webinar, whatever, after the event, you can see last 30 days, 112 people have registered. I click on download contacts. Now, this is the video that's been deleted in all the portals because no video platform will allow it. I'll get an email with the list. Okay, I open up the list. I'll just stop sharing reshare. This for phone call setting is really important, and I almost never share this part, and it's no video tutorials for it either. Just going to stop sharing reshare. Guys, can everyone please turn your videos on, please? Videos on, please. Oh my goodness. It just forced me to stop sharing. Let's go share. Come on, let's go. All right. So on here, this is the list. So what I do is I take all of the lists from Eventbrite for the prize draw, Zoom for the webinars, the Calendly, and I also take it from my ClickFunnels platform. So all the phone numbers from the previous week's leads generated, I download the leads, I tidy them up, right? So I'll tidy this up quickly. Wait, is this going to be deleted because I'm sharing this? I guess we'll find out. I do because this is going to be uploaded. This is going to be uploaded to YouTube. It's too late now. It's already done. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen. So I just tidy the list up like this. Some people might be thinking, oh, isn't there a more automated way? It takes me 10 minutes on a Monday. The reason why I like doing it is because I'm very aware of the leads and I get to track them in my tracking system. Okay. And then what I actually do is I have a color code system. I'll put here at the top. This is what I'll literally do on. Actually, I'll do this tomorrow, and Grace will make calls tomorrow. Appointment setting workshop. What's the date today? 18th, 17th. I don't know what it is. I think it's the 18th. Yeah. I'll bold this. I'll tidy this up. All right. And then what I'll do is I'll just do this. Now we actually have a color code system. I'll make all the people to be rang red. I love using color codes. Oh my goodness. Good. Red. Not very exciting, I know. Right. And now this becomes our ultimate database, right? So what I'll do with this list is I'll tidy this list. So everyone in this list will be rang for a free business consultation if they're not a client, and or offered a virtual system. Now, once you have multiple offers, you can do what we do. Grace will call them, offer them business coaching, a business consultation. If they don't want that, offer them VA. If they don't want that, have you thought about getting a website or a funnel? So we have this like drop approach, which is really cool. But what I'll actually personally do is tidy this up. If somebody is a business coaching and a VA client, we won't ring them. We'll just delete them. We'll delete the people from India and Philippines and places we don't work, and I'll just tidy this up. And this becomes my ultimate database. So what would happen now is I would do this. Now I do this personally. It doesn't take long each Monday. And it keeps me aware of how many leads are coming through, out of sight, out of mind. Okay. Now you can do whatever system you want, as long as every Monday you're updating it and the guys have access to it. Make this bigger. I just wanted to show you, especially guys in the business coaching program, Michael, Lisa, and Julie. And so now what I'll do is every Monday, I will consolidate the new leads from the webinars the previous week, the prize draw, ClickFunnels, etc. Now, and I'll always put the new leads at the top. So what I'll do is, let's say I'll put the new leads at the top like this. Right? I've tested so many different CRMs and platforms and automation tools. This is just because I want my phone call setter getting on the phone and making calls. It's just the fastest way for the phone call setter to make calls. So then what I'll do next week is I'll put the webinar in here. So we've got a webinar next week. So, oh my goodness. So we've got a webinar next week, on a mindset webinar on how to go from a employee mindset to entrepreneurial mindset. We're doing that webinar. Okay. And then I'll paste those webinar leads in here. So I'm always putting new leads at the top because you always want to call the hottest and the newest leads. If you're always calling the oldest leads, you're never calling the hottest. So you always call the newest and the hottest leads. Now you can do it more often if you want. You can do it daily. If you're using a system like Go Harlov and so forth, it's updated daily. You can do it daily anyway. It's just you've got to go kind of back and forth as well. You can download as well that way. I just like this because one, it keeps me aware of how many leads are coming through, and I'm a bit of a control freak with the list. This is the ultimate database. So now what I do is you add that, you just put that on your Google Docs. And so each day you get on a call with your VA, okay? They have access to that, they update it, and you can track it and you know who's been booked or whatever. If people get booked in, we make them yellow. If people aren't interested, we remove the color. And then this is actually notes here. We have notes and comments on the right-hand side here. It's a little archaic, and a lot of people will actually go, why are you doing that? That's a bit old school. You should use a CRM. I've tested 7 different CRMs. This is faster and more effective for speed. Grace makes 100 phone calls an hour, guys. Grace makes 100 phone calls an hour using the system, and it doesn't take me a lot of time. Any questions on that? That's how we do the phone call system. Nice and easy. You have one list for the entire year. Next year you'll have a new list. Yeah, nice and easy. You have a complete understanding of how many leads going on. Now, also when you're filling your success blueprint each week, yeah, you can just see right there how many leads. Nice and easy. It's just a good system. I'm partial to the spreadsheet. Any questions on that? Chat box.
I have a question. So when people are liking and commenting on posts, do you add those people to a spreadsheet somewhere or you
No,
like
the
how do you
spreadsheet is
know?
that's no, only people with phone numbers. That's just phone numbers.
Oh, okay. Because that would be
That's the
crazy, right?
phone number list. Yeah, the phone number list. Your phone number is a lead. A DM is not a lead. In my mind, it's a phone number. So that's the phone list. So it's only for people with phone numbers and for the phone setter to ring. Yeah, it's a phone list. Yeah.
And
Do I know?
one question that's not found, but when you have your groups, like if you're both trying to set appointments, how do you keep separated, like which one she's commenting or inviting to appointments and which ones you're doing?
Well, you're not doing that. Only she's doing that.
Oh, I thought we were both trying to get late appointments.
You are. Yeah, but she's taking care of your Facebook group.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, she's taking care of your Facebook group. Yeah. Um, any other questions, guys? Half an hour. Set up. Okay, half an hour, half an hour, half an hour. All right, cool. Let's do this. All right. So let's talk about working with your appointment setter because I think all of you have. Is anyone that doesn't have a VA or an appointment setter? Is anyone that doesn't? I think almost all of you do. I think Aldwin used to have someone of your own, right? Cool. Let me just open the chat box up. So here is how to work with your setter, set them up for success, train them, etc. Here's what I personally do. I'm going to go a little bit deeper. So obviously we have a daily meeting with them at the beginning of every shift. Okay. Now, all of you know from the strategy call, there's 3 things that you want to give your setter immediately, and they need them now. For those in the group business coaching program, they will start Monday week from the prize draw anyway, so no rush on that. You can wait till next week, so that's no problem. But there's three things you want to give your VA. Number one, your avatar. Your avatar, there's an avatar worksheet in the portals. If you're in the business coaching program, the avatar that you created with your coach or in the group program, you want to give that to your VA. Number one. Number two, you want to set up the pre-qualifying questions and form and make sure they have those. And then number three, obviously you want to give them the scripts. So if you don't have the DM scripts or phone scripts yet, you can go to the portal, download my personal ones, and you can personalize them. You need to give your appointment setter those three things immediately, and then we need to train them in them. Meetings. A daily meeting at the beginning of every shift to set them up for the day, set the target for one appointment. That's the meeting to set them up for the day. The other meeting is every day. Okay. If you don't yet have 10 appointments a day, 10 appointments a day, 10 appointments per week, you should be allocating and putting into your Google Calendar preferably peak time, 1 or 2 hours to work with your VA and appointment setter to book appointments. Next week, for the group business coaching clients, your guys will start booking more appointments the following week. So don't worry too much this next 7 days with your appointment setter. They can help you with the launch stuff, social media, omnipresence, all that kind of stuff as well. Don't get too caught up in the appointments the next 7 days, group business coaching clients, new clients. But everybody else, yeah, as soon as possible. So a daily meeting at the beginning of the shift, 5-10 minutes, set them up for the day. And then a 1 or 2 hour time slot every day where you get on a Zoom call and you work with your VA and appointment setter. Here's what I recommend. They start with the phone calls and call the people that you have phone numbers for to book them in. You send the you set up the email and you get them to send. They should have already sent the email actually before the meeting. I wouldn't do it in the meeting. And that leaves DM. So I would separate, and this is what I think it was Erica was just asking. With the DM appointment setting, when you're on that call, is I would separate the DMs. So you might go, they do the welcome and the like and interaction, and then you do the free offer people. Or you do the welcome and the free offer, and then so you separate those 3 different DM scripts, you take some of the load because you don't want to be making phone calls. Last thing, Erica, you want to do as an entrepreneur, spend an hour making calls to not get hold of anyone. It's the last thing you want to be doing, right? I also do recommend that when you make phone calls, at least 2 hours at a time. So if you're going to do 2 hours together, I would get them to make an hour of calls beforehand and then into the first hour of the meeting, do calls. Now, the great thing about doing it together is you can watch them and do the DMs with them and train them through on-the-job training. You can listen to them make the calls and give them feedback. It's a really powerful way. You should only need to do this. Like you might be thinking, I'm too busy, I don't have enough time, but appointments are the most important thing in a business. It'll only take you 1 to 3 months of this process, and you'll probably never have to book appointments yourself ever again. Yeah. So if you do it this way, you'll not only get your target sooner, but you'll also get to a point where you'll never have to book appointments again sooner. Adrian should be here. Oh my goodness, Adrian, definitely everybody should be here. This is a brilliant training. And everything I'm sharing with you is why you guys are not getting more appointments. You should have a big list by now. It's the little things, right? So there's 2 meetings a day, right? Now, there is a training. Additional to that, what I would do is I would use the second meeting each day to train them. Now, there's 4 parts to training. I've touched on this a bit before. Some of you might be heard talk about it. I'm going to type it in the chat. It's not on the screen. I wasn't going to talk about this, but I'll just do it quickly. To train team, we use a process called tell, show, watch, go. I just typed it in the Zoom. So for our appointment setters, we tell them how it works. So I would do, at this stage, maybe 1 additional meeting per week where you look at their stats each week. They should be filling in the tracking sheet that's in the portal, and you should be looking at their stats and reviewing it in that weekly meeting. So have a weekly meeting with them. Maybe on the Monday, you just do like a little bit of a longer meeting, and you do like the Monday's the weekly meeting where you do the setup for the day, but you look at the stats, the tracking sheet for the previous week. Now, all of your VAs are actually emailing, when they email us their invoice for the week, they have to email their stats or they don't get paid. So that all of the VAs are filling out that spreadsheet, and you can change the KPIs and stats in there if you want to. So you want to look at the spreadsheet and stats so you know what's going on in numbers in your business, but you also want to do a role play and use this process of tell, show, watch, go. Okay. So let's say that they're doing phone call setting. You tell them how it works by on your Zoom, sharing your screen with the script and read the script so they can hear it, because some people learn best through hearing. If it's a DM script, you read the DM script so they can hear it over the Zoom. Then you show them by them being able to see the script on the screen, the phone or the DM script, as you read it, and then you show them by doing it yourself personally. So make a couple of quick calls and let them see you do it. Send a couple of quick DMs and let them see you do it. Now, if you are a bit busy or if that's not viable, that's fine. You can have them video record, the phone calls, so you can give them feedback. And the good thing about DMs is you can also always get them to share their screen, look at the DMs and correct them. I want to be correcting them every day or at least weekly. Okay. Additional to that, obviously we've got bonuses. So if they book at least 5 appointments, we give them $30 bonus. Everyone that becomes a client, we give them another $50 cash bonus. Friday, we do a blitz and double bonuses. So anyone they sign up on a Friday, because on Friday, if they get a lot of appointments quickly, fill up the Monday and Tuesday, make sure we get the 10 each day or close to the 10, 8 to 10 each day. Anyone that becomes a client, they get $100. And then we do a blitz where we all as a team get together on a blitz and make calls for 2 or 3 hours, and we do double bonuses, etc., etc. You probably don't need the blitz if you're doing what I've already suggested to go to team, because you're already meeting with them regularly. The final thing is speed training. You've got to train them to get faster. So you want to watch your DM setter work and show them and teach them how to get faster. I'm finding it very difficult to create a system where I can teach you how to speed train your team. I'm still working on it. I've got some ideas. It's something I'll be implementing very soon. Speed training is one of the most important because the problem is your current VA is too slow. Making phone calls too slow. Okay. So Val started making phone calls on Monday or Tuesday. For the first month, my phone call setters need to make 50 calls an hour, and then they need to build 100 calls an hour. Val in her first 4-hour block only booked, what was it, 67 or something? She doubled that within 2 days, and I think you booked in nearly 40 per hour. I think it's 38 per hour. So you got to track everything, because at the end of each day, I'll find my Angels chat here. So this is my Angels chat with all my appointment setters. So at the end of each day, all of my appointment setters post their stats. Booked 2 today, booked this week. These are who I booked. This is how many people I rang. This is how many people I spoke to. If you have a look at, so we've got Val and Laurie who both started this week on a 30-day probation, 20 hours per week. A new phone call setter, a new DM setter. Here's Val's. Here we go. Here's Val who's on this call. Here's a shift time for the day. This is every day. Today I rang 298 people, spoke to 3, didn't book any. She's in her first week of appointment setting. I don't expect appointments in the first week from setters. That's normal. Okay. But you can see 298. If I go back, like I think the first day she booked in like 60 or something. She's already quadrupled. We got on a call, we did role play, we did speed train. And I taught her how to get faster at making calls. I taught Val how to get faster at doing DMs. So you want to do that speed training, spend time, watch them. You are going to be frustrated because they're going to be slow as hell. That's normal. You've got to spend time with them and show them how to get faster in that 30-day probation, right? You're going to be when you watch, you know how many people get pissed off when they send a Facebook message to somebody to do tasks. That's just a terrible system, and they're not tracking anything. They're not watching what they're doing. You've got to kind of like be a little bit of a micromanager in the first month and watch what they're doing and correct them and give them feedback every single day. If you give them that extra, like if I said to you, if you put in like some good time in that first month or two, that you'll find yourself annoy me. You'll find yourself with grace. You'll find yourself someone that books 15 appointments every week. Would it be worth? But most of us, because we're outsourcing someone, think we're just going to delegate and hope it takes off and just wing it. So I like to put, and how much extra time do I put into you guys in the first month when you first join? That first month or two, just really nurture people, clients as well as team. Don't stop nurturing them, but especially that first month or two. I think it's really important. So any questions on training your setup? Yeah, Skype for phone calls. It's this fast. Uh, Mari. I got phone numbers for my summer, the international numbers. Awesome. I'm glad you brought this up. So on Skype, you can purchase phone numbers for like $10, like phone numbers. So we have clients in 28 countries across our programs and businesses, right? So it's a lot of time zones, a lot of countries. On Skype, you can buy unlimited phone calls for like $30, $40 a month. And what you can also do, guys, on Skype is we have purchased a US number, a UK number, a New Zealand number, a Canada number. So when we call people in the US, it's from a US number showing up on the screen. When we call people in UK, it's from UK. It's $10. So Skype is actually a great way to do that. For setting, you suggested 4 Facebook accounts. 3. Yeah, 3. The reason why Daphne has 4 is she's working 50 hours per week. So for those of you that are doing 10 hours, 2 accounts. For those of you doing 20 hours, 2 or 3 accounts. Once they're full-time, 3 or 4 accounts, yeah. I wouldn't do more than 4. It's too much for them to handle. And we even have a system where they open up in Chrome and have all Facebook accounts open at the same time to toggle between. Do you have any recordings of training of VAs? Yeah, that's exactly what we need to do. So I actually do. So I'm just working out how I'm going to put that format together for you guys so it's not clunky. I've actually found it's actually quite challenging how I'm going to, yeah, I've got some ideas. I'm working on it for the speed training. I believe speed training, because you've got SOP training and then you've got speed training. And the speed training is probably more important than the SOP training. And then we do kind of like mindset training, but not in a direct way. It's more of an unconscious way. So no questions on that. While I'm on the topic of these, we've got 20 more minutes. Here is just when hiring a VA or setter, just a recap, if you will. So obviously there's the 3 SOPs that we want to give them. Okay, so we give them the avatar, we give them the pre-qualifying, we give them the script. We train them in that. Okay, and we do an on-the-job training where we do a Zoom call with them for an hour or 2 to book in the appointment each per day. So the 2 per day or whatever your target is. Now, I know what some people think. I don't have time for that. I'm too busy. What's more important in your business than appointments right now? Tell me one thing. You might say your current clients. Yeah, I agree. But for the growth of your business, nothing is more important. If you can't find an hour or 2 to spend on your business, that's actually really a problem, guys. I can't tell you how important that is. Yeah, sales and appointment setting. Until you're $1 million a year business, sales and appointment setting are the 2 most important things for growth. Anyway, people are obviously the most important thing. Meetings. Okay, we have the daily meeting and set them up in the beginning, and then we have the on-the-job training meeting where we book the appointments, implementation, and the working together. Yeah. So you've hired a VA 20 hours per week. The target is 5 appointments. They'll book 1 a day. You'll book 1 a day. You do it together. There's your 10, right? Okay. They should be spending 3 hours a day on appointment setting from that 4 hours. The other hour is combination of omnipresence and taking care of your schedule, confirming and all that as well, Zoom links and so forth. But then when you can justify it, add 10 hours. You can go, well, I can't justify 40 hours, but I can boost them to 30 hours. They're going to book, an extra 10 hours. They're going to book an extra couple of appointments. That might be an extra client each week, right? They can now spend 5 hours a day on DM setting instead of 3. That's a big jump, right? But again, I cannot stress this enough. Everybody wants a full-time setter as soon as possible. The key to being able to justify that financially, because the only reason most of you are not increasing your hours is because of lack of money, right? Or perceived lack of money. It's the only reason. Again, if your VA brought in 2 clients next week, would you increase their hours? You'd be crazy not to. If you increase their hours, double their hours, they're going to bring more clients. They're going to help bring more clients. You'd be crazy not to, right? It just doesn't make any sense to me. Problem is people are building their teams too slow because of their own mindset stuff, right? Their own limitations or scarcity or whatever. So you want to get your VA to 40 hours as quickly as possible. They will book 10 appointments. Okay. So I would say get your appointment set to 40 hours as quickly as possible. Yeah. So they're on 10 or 20 hours, bring in a client or 2, boost them to 30 hours, get another client or 2, get them to 40 hours. Do that as quickly as possible. They will now book 10 appointments per week, 2 a day. You still book 1 a day, you're now getting 15. Now what you can do is stop booking appointments and hire a second setter. If you use that process, your business will explode. I'm just telling you, it just will. Yeah. I have 2 phone call setters, 2 DM setters, and a LinkedIn manager who does setting. Yeah. Okay. Any questions about hiring or training of VAs? Does that help? I think that's useful. Trying to give you the most useful stuff on this. That's not stuff you've really heard as much before. Any training we are supposed to do with them? Is that a question? I don't really understand.
Recordings.
Yeah, I'll have a look. I'm putting some stuff together for you guys soon. Marin, I don't understand your question, sorry. For the limit while ramping up the 5 will get flags. Get it? I don't understand that question. Yeah, okay, cool. So let's talk about events. So in the portal, both portals, you can see my entire events campaign. We create event campaigns and map out events 6 to 12 months in advance. And that's our macro marketing. And that's how we determine our micro marketing, our daily content. There is actually a really strategic approach to our marketing that not a lot of people realize until they go through the group business coaching program. So what I want to focus on here is how to get more appointments from events. That's what I really want to talk about because people, I think, are really missing out using events to get appointments. The best way to get appointments on social media is polls. The best way for micro marketing, the best way macro marketing is definitely events. Events is like, I believe events are the most important and most powerful way to get more appointments and more sales in your business. If you have a service business, nothing will beat events. A challenge will bring people together, create community, help people, and give you a lot of people to generate leads from, book appointments for, but also sell to. You know, you do opening, closing ceremony, webinars, masterclasses, challenges. In a nutshell, my basic system is I recommend a webinar monthly, a workshop monthly, a challenge quarterly, and at least one prize draw quarterly. The more offers you have, the more often you can do prize draws. Okay. Events are appointments. I want you to really get that. A webinar with 30 people registered is not only 30 leads, but that is an appointment, a group appointment with 30 people on a Zoom, with 30 people to sell to instead of one. Now, anyone that doesn't buy, you can also follow those people up. I'm going to make an offer in a moment. Some will buy, some won't. A lot of you are already in the business coaching program. If you're not in our business coaching program yet, I highly encourage you to join at least the group program. It's as little as $100 a week with the deal I'm about to share. Crazy not to. I help you set all this stuff up over a 16-week period, all of it, more in depth. And so, but anyone, I'll be honest, I preach what I practice. We've generated, about 100 leads from this. Okay, not a huge amount, but not bad. Okay, from that list. And the awesome thing is because our structures, we can call all there's maybe Tahi. Besides Tahi, nobody here has bought everything from us, right? Tahi's doing Tahi's in the one-on-one program, won a free seat to the group program, hiring VAs, bought funnels and website from us, right? Outside of Tahi, it might be maybe a couple of you that have done that. But most of you still have products and services of ours you haven't purchased, which we can sell to you, if we're really honest. So we generate leads from this. I give you tremendous value. I don't expect anyone to pay anything. I don't expect anyone to become clients or not. I legit want to help you. If we make no money getting the clients, so be it. I'm just here to serve. I'll make an offer in about 10 minutes. Some of you buy, most of you won't. That's fine. You'll all be followed up and booked in for an appointment and offered something. It's just a really cool system. Okay. So, but here's what I want you to know about events. The most important part of the event is collecting the phone numbers, okay, adding them to the list on the Monday, then using the event's phone script to have your team ring them. So you guys in the group coaching program, you're doing a prize draw this week or next week, and then you're doing a webinar. The first 4 or 5 webinars you do, they'll be pitch free. You won't sell in your first handful of webinars because you want to build some goodwill and some trust before you start selling. So we normally do about 4 or 5 webinars. If you've been doing webinars for a bit, you want to be pitching or selling pretty much every webinar. Yeah, a crazy, ridiculous offer. After the webinar, after the prize draw, after the event, after the challenge, everybody is DM'd and rang. Grace, our phone call setter, will ring them. Okay, hey, it's Grace here. Jason's asked me to call you. Registered for the appointment setting workshop. Did you get a chance to join us? You did? What'd you like most about it? You didn't? Here's the replay. By the way, Jason doesn't think we'd love to offer you a free 45-minute business consultation, see how we can get business next level. When's good for you? But no thanks, I'm not interested. Okay. Oh, just wondering, before you go, have you thought about hiring a virtual assistant, appointment setter, or social media manager? You have? Awesome. Let's book you for a call. You haven't? Oh, one last quick question before you go. I know you're busy and you've got to go. Have you thought about getting a professional website or funnels for your business plus scale? You have? Let's book you in. No. So we have this really cool system where we have multiple products and services to be able to do that. If you have one offer, you might call an offer. How would you feel? You know, Aaron, you'll be like, as a thank you for registering, Aaron would love to offer you a free 30-minute fitness consultation, see how we can achieve the body of your dreams or whatever it might be. Right? So it's a customer service call with a by the way. Now, what you do is your DM person, Daphne, will DM people. Hey, it's Daphne, because Grace won't get hold of everybody. You know, Grace will book probably 10 or 15 appointments from that list. Daphne will follow up and we work together as a team to make sure everyone's followed up. Daphne will add you guys as a friend, send you a DM. Do you get a chance to join us? Yes. What'd you like most about it? You didn't. Okay. Here's the replay and send you the replay. I want to make sure everyone, all the people that aren't here, I want them to watch this because I know it will benefit them, whether they become clients or not. It's not that I don't care, but it makes no difference to me if any of you become clients, pay for more or whatever. I legit mean it when I say I want to see you all crazy successful. I legit, from the bottom of my heart, want that, whether I get something from it or not. And I think that's why, even though I'm intense, a lot of people do resonate with the way we work and what we do, and why I have so many beautiful people in our team. How do we have Ray and Noemi and Grace and Daphne and all these beautiful people and Lisa and Michael and all these empaths and Julie in our team? That's why. It's because of the strong core values, right? Anyway, I digress. So I cannot tell you that events you want to follow up and make sure we're getting them for appointments. Any questions on events? Two last parts and we'll wrap it up in 10. Do your VAs create great content and value on their Facebook? So here's the thing. There's one thing that no expert in the world outsources. Not one, I've never seen one. There's one thing that no expert authority figure in the world outsources: content. No expert outsources content. We don't outsource content. We have our team repurpose it, edit it, create omnipresence with it, etc., but not create it. Now, I'm not talking about copy. Like when you get copy done for sales and marketing on a website or something like that, sure, I'll outsource copy. But content, which is position you as the expert, it cannot be outsourced. Right? But we're giving them the 4 pieces of content each day for them to repurpose, edit, create omnipresence, email, all that, etc. Anyway, that's why we do that. Yeah. All right. Any other questions on what we've gone through so far? Okay, we're going to talk about
chat about
what's
that,
up.
Jason?
Sure.
So with the content that we create in our Facebook group, you're saying that they then do that? Because if someone reached out to me with a friend request, I like to go and check out their page. If they don't have good content that resonates with me, then I'm not going to accept their friend request. So this is what I'm thinking, like, especially if, they know your avatar, they know
Are you talking about your VA?
Yes.
Yeah, well, so here's the thing. Because the VA reaches out to them and introduces themselves as your personal assistant. So they should
Send a friend request.
Correct. So every DM starts with who's your VA again, D?
Rio.
Rio. So every DM that Rio ever sends will start with, "Hey hey Jason, it's Rio here, D Britton's personal assistant. She's asked me to message you because of XYZ." So we've been using that system for 8-9 years, and I've never had an issue. So they should know of you or who you are. Rio should only Rio should only be sending DMs to people that know who you are or of you. Period.
Okay, so what about a friend request?
Yeah, friend request, fine. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Because they're only sending friend requests to people that are connected to you, your group, or whatever as well. Yeah. So in regards to the VAs, it's important the VAs have their profiles set up as personal profiles. Shouldn't say VA, shouldn't say D's VA, it should just have Rio. I want to say Rio Tinto. It's Rio Tinto. If you're in Australia, you know what company that is. Yeah. Yep. Any other questions, guys? Yeah. And I do recommend you put those 4 pieces of content on your personal profile as well. So, but essentially, my guys are only sending DMs to people that know of me or of us or have a reason. That's the whole point to the whole attraction marketing system, is that people are only being contacted for a reason. If there's no reason, then we don't do it. So, and all the Facebook friend requests that your VAs are sending from the 3 profiles are people they're interacting with through your stuff anyway, right? So I've never heard or seen that be a problem in 14 years, D. So yeah. Okay, so we've got 2 last parts I want to touch on really quickly. I'm going to say this about, I think all of you have been through the training where I talk about 2-step appointment setting funnels. The 4th bonus way for your VA to book appointments, I'm just going to touch on this really quickly, I believe is the icing on the cake and a crucial component to this entire system. if you use this entire system, you'll all get 10 to 20 appointments every single week. Period. I just don't see how it's not possible. I've never seen someone implement the entire system and fail. I've never seen it. I've never seen it fail. But most people are just not consistent over time, right? And actually, it doesn't take a lot of time. It only takes 1 or 2 hours each day. With the meetings and everything, maybe max 3 hours, maximum 3 hours a day on your business to guarantee your sales growth target hits. I think that's a big ask. So I believe that we want to have at least 5 free offers set up as quickly as possible. The free offers are things like ebooks, kits, cheat sheets, training, mini courses, videos, auto webinars. It's free value where you actually show people you can help them by actually helping them. And all they need to do to get access is to give you your phone number and email. So we need ways to collect phone numbers and emails from social media. We have our Calendly, we have our events. We also want to have at least 5 offers. Why 5? Because there's 5 days of the week. And we normally use like a different one each week, and there's 4 or 5 different ways to promote them actually. We even have a full launch process. Again, if you're in a business coaching program, no rush. Your coach or I or one of us will help you set up the funnels at the right point in the program. We'll actually help you set them up. Okay. So for example, I've just put together this new sales kit. It's a new sales training. It's actually really good. Not sure kit is the right term. I should have called it something else. But so this is a brand new sales kit. This launched like last week. Okay. So in this sales kit, it's a mini training. It's got sales scripts, pitch deck templates. It's got my sales system, overcoming objections training, right? So it's a training, and it's completely free. Okay, so you can see here's the bonuses that you get in here. Okay, a little bit about me and some testimonials. Hey, it's Nick. Hey, Nick, you're on there. Look at that. Nick's famous. Hey, Craig's on there. Cool. And then always collect the 4 pieces of details, 4 pieces of info. So name, email, phone, and location always. So if you're working in Canada, you might put city. If you're working in just one country, okay. And so what's really important about this is on the second page, the thank you page is the Calendly. Okay, so this is a 2-step appointment setting funnel, because when people think of funnels, we think of selling things on funnels. Why is that? It's because when we look at a lot of the guys doing 8 and 9 figures, they're using ads to drive traffic to their sales funnel. For what purpose? To sell something. So they'll sell an OTO, one-time offer. They'll even add an upsell, like a profit maximizer, and the back end of that. They used to be called tripwire funnels. You have a $7 offer, and then you have a profit maximizer. Now, those guys are not making money or profits from that. The reason why they're doing that is to generate leads for free or even get paid. And they sell on the back end of the funnel to cover the cost of the ad spend. So they can get your email and or phone, and then they sell you an email. They sell you in the back end. They focus on the back end. That's where they make their profits. So, but we in the service industry, we don't sell through a landing page, do we? We don't sell through a landing. How do we sell? We sell through appointment. So if we're doing organic marketing and we sell through appointments, doesn't it make sense for us to use our funnels for appointments? So we have all of our offers on the second page, have our Calendly embedded now, like this. It's just much cool. It's much simpler system than the buttons. And you also have our Facebook group on here, because I want to funnel them into my VIP group. So the thank you page, even if it doesn't have a video, has Calendly to book a time and a button. Quick refresher, because some of you have seen this, but I just want to show you again, the Facebook group is a big part of the whole system. Your Facebook group is enough. You can just use a Facebook group and this system to build $100,000 months. If you do it properly, you'll get clients every day from your Facebook group. It's organically the best way to organically build business. So there's no better way when done properly. So here is why it's super powerful. So if we go back to the one we were on before. So I've gone, so here's one of the posts. This is the question, right? So the question is direct call to action. Who wants this DM script? Everybody comments below. So having the 2-step appointment setting funnels gives you 4 chances to book a prospect in for an appointment instead of 1. Here's why. So I have a call to action on my video, my blog, my reel, or direct call to action in question form like this. People say me, yes, please. Daphne, the Facebook manager, your VA, post the link in here, and will also DM Bev and aim to book her in for an appointment using the script. So that's the first chance to book an appointment. Daphne's going to aim to book Bev in for a script for an appointment. If Daphne misses, which she will, what's going to happen is Bev will ideally click on the link, download, enter in the details. We've now collected her phone number and email, and then she'll go to the thank you page, and we'll get some appointments that way. Second chance to book Bev in from one post for an appointment. If Bev doesn't book in on the thank you page, she's going to get an autoresponder email with not only the free access to the training, but guess what? The calendar. Third chance to book an appointment from one prospect, one lead. Now, if Bev still doesn't book an appointment, guess what happens? Grace is going to call Bev a few days later and go, "Hey, Bev, it's Grace here. Jason's asked me to call you personally. Did you get the training? You didn't? Let me send it to you. You did? What'd you like most about it? By the way, as a thank you, Jason would love to offer you a free 45-minute business consultation when it's good for you." 4 chances to get an appointment. If you have these funnels set up, not only will you get a lot more appointments, it gives your appointment setters a lot more people to speak to, number one. It gives you a lot more to add value to add in your content, number two. But it'll also get you so many more appointments. Yeah. Noemi? Okay, thanks, Noemi. Get to work. Love you. Bye-bye. Now, if you don't have any offers set up yet, if you're in the business coaching program, just hold off. If you're not in the business coaching program, you can actually get my 6 best appointment setting funnels in the portal. You can come into the portal here and go to free bonuses, and you can get my 6 best appointment setting funnels in there. You can add them to ClickFunnels or Go High Level. If you don't have either of those yet, you can get a free trial to ClickFunnels in there. I use ClickFunnels because it's just the speed. It's just the fastest way to create a funnel for me and user friendly. You can grab those. If you also, how would you like for my personal funnels team that have been doing my funnels for 5 years, created all these funnels on my website, to do them for you? If you're busy and you'd like my team personally to create your 5 funnels for you and put the offers in them, we just need the offers in the image. We can do that for you. We actually have an option where we can create the 5 funnels for you. It's normally 19.97 Aussie. We give clients 25% off Quantum Digital Services. So for $1,497 Aussie, we can do your 5 offers and funnels for you. We roll one out a week each week over 5 weeks. Takes a week to set up, so it's about 6 weeks to get the 5 funnels. We actually give you access to a training on how to launch them, and there's a marketing process and all that in there as well, and I'll even overlook it. Again, all we need is the images for the offers and the actual offer itself, and they just do one at a time. They launch one, then the next, so it's not overwhelming. But if you'd like us to do your funnels for you, shoot me a message, and happy to help you out with that. We do have a payment plan. You can do a payment plan of $199 a week over 8 weeks as well. So if and when you're ready to do your funnels, again, if you're in the business coaching program, almost all the business coaching clients end up paying us to do their funnels because there's so much going on. It's just easier, and that's typically what an entrepreneur does, pay an expert to do it, especially if you're like me and you're a tech tard. So again, don't put financial pressure on yourself, but if and when you're ready, reach out to us and we can help you, my team can help you with that. Not a problem. Okay, cool. And we do websites. We do deals as well. We can do websites and funnels together and so forth. You'll see that quite often. One last thing I just want to say about what's really important about the funnel itself is the image that represents the funnel. It's important. It's 3-dimensional because it makes the intangible perceivably tangible, and it gives it an element of credibility and realism, but also professionalism. It just seems to be very effective, especially when you're promoting it and marketing it in different ways on social media. Okay. So remembering free offers are one of the 3 calls to action with Calendly and events. So once you have 5 free offers, you can use 2 calls to action in emails, long form video, and blog posts as well, which you'll see me do 2 calls to action quite often. Yeah. Any questions on that? So if you're in a business coaching program, just hold off. You can use my templates. We can even do them for you. If you're not in the business coaching program and you want us to help you, either grab my templates or, let us know. We can do them for you. One last thing, and then we'll wrap it up. Any questions on that? Happy? All good? The funnels only go to ClickFunnels. I would love them. No, you can add them to Go High Level. They're set up to go High Level as well. Because I actually had Go High Level for 6 months. Nope. So you can add them to Go High Level. Yeah. Cool. Awesome. All right. One last thing, and then we're going to wrap it up. The fortune is in the follow-up. I want to talk to you guys about the focus of appointment setting is building relationships and building a pipeline. The same in sales. The more people you have a relationship with and a connection and rapport with that are in that pipeline, the more people that will come back to you, the more referrals, the more inquiries, the more signups. You want to build relationships where you've got people coming to your inbox every day going, hey, I'm ready. Or can I book that appointment now? Or I'm ready to sign up. We spoke a month ago. And that's all about the follow-up. And so, yeah, awesome. So 5 minutes on this slide, and then 5 minutes I'm going to make you I'm going to make an offer for the group business coaching program. We're done in 10. Okay. This is bonus training time. So appointment setters, this is a huge mistake I see appointment setters make. Now, technically, we're all appointment setters, aren't we? Because we're all booking appointments some way, shape, or form, even if they're inquiries or referrals. But a huge mistake appointment setters make is they book the appointment and think their job's done. Appointment setters, once you've booked the appointment, your job is not done. Your job is far from done. You book them in for an appointment, you want to follow up and make sure and interact and communicate with them, yeah, to show that you care. Daphne is amazing at this. Daphne will follow up. Hey, how was your appointment? You know, even if they become a client, hey, welcome aboard, right? So when you book an appointment, okay, there's three things that will happen once you get an appointment booked. Once they'll show up, they'll show up, two, they won't show up, or three, they'll become a client. Let's say it again. One, they'll show up and not show up. Two, they won't show up, either cancel or just not show, or three, they'll become a paying client. So there's 3 people to follow up in. And we have a system, we use a spreadsheet. It's a bit in-depth and overwhelming to share on this training, maybe another time, but I'll share with you in a nutshell what you want to do. So here is what we do. All right, thanks, Tanya. Thanks, guys. Here's what we do. So what we do is every day, this is what the appointment setters do. And Ray does this as well. Every day, we look at 7 days ago and we follow up everyone from 7 days. So on Monday the 20th, in 2 days, okay, what our appointment setters will do is look at last Monday, okay, and I'll follow up everyone from last Monday using the system that we have, which I'll just briefly share with you now. Now, if you look at all of the appointments from last week, see how we've got a code. There's NS for not showed, S for showed, XLD for cancel, where they let us know they're canceling. And you'll see there's sold in there as well, like sold here, sold, etc. Right? So what will happen is this appointment was booked by Ray. So on Monday, Ray will follow this. So that's not true. So let me start with cancelled, no showed. So what we do is we look at the cancelled and not showed. The first thing we want to do is look at the cancelled, not showed. Grace on Monday will follow up Joanne, message Joanne, say, hey, Joanne, we missed you last week. You know, how would you feel about reschedule and aim to reschedule? So every day, your appointment setter should be looking at the previous week that same day and reaching out to those people that cancel not show to aim to get them booked in, because there's a lot of people slipping through the cracks, right? The people that are sold, okay, we have actually a follow-up system like 1 week later, 1 month later, 2 months later in depth. But the appointment setter, you should be messaging the person, congratulating them and welcoming them personally, okay? Appointment setters, you're following up the people that become clients, welcome them personally. You're following up 7 days later, every 7 days. The people that didn't show up or cancel, to reschedule them. And we actually do that monthly. So every Monday, we'll look at the previous entire month. We're always reviewing the cancelled and no-showed on a weekly and a monthly basis to get them rescheduled, okay? And then you've got people that showed up but didn't sign up. Now, we actually put that the follow-up system in place for the salesperson, so Ray will follow those people up using that system. The most important thing I'd implement now, just to keep it simple, is VAs and appointment setters is every day, look at the appointments from last week or the same day last week, look at the people cancelled, not showed, and every week make sure we're rolling them over and trying to get them rescheduled. Okay, that would be my suggestion. Ring them and DM them. Ring them and DM them. Okay. For now, we actually have a really in-depth follow-up system, but for now, I think that habit will be good for now because this session's already overwhelming enough. Okay. Any questions on the follow-up? All good. So let's wrap this bad boy up. We're only a little bit over time, which is pretty good. What's everyone's biggest takeaway today? What's the one thing you guys wrote those 3 numbers down? What were the 3 things you put on the back of the on that piece of paper? What are the 3 things you put on the piece of paper? What's the number one? What's the number one thing you're going to execute immediately or on Monday? Let's do that. What's the number one habit, strategy, process you're going to introduce or execute immediately on Monday? Update my Calendly questions, follow up. Can you confirm my pending Monday strategy call? I cannot, sorry. Noemi will do that. Reach out to Noemi. I need to bounce. Cool. Give SOPs. Yep, 100%. Redo my Calendly. Calendly update. All right, cool. So here's what now, like, because I've given you a recipe, here's a checkpoint. Maybe take a screenshot of this and think of this as a recipe and, you know, tick off step 1, then step 2, then step 3. Here would be my suggestion right now. Number 1 is set your target. Your target's 10, get very clear on that. Okay. This is actually going to say set your target and put the time in the schedule and set the time to reach that target with your VA each day, 1 or 2 hours. That actually is meant to say it. So set the target and schedule in your calendar with your VA. Number 1. You've all got VAs, that's fine. Number 2, so the next one is once you've put that into your schedule and lock that in, is do your pre-qualifying system. Yeah, the questions in the form. Then do the DM scripts. Then optimize your Calendly. Begin your daily content, begin your daily emails, set up your next event, then do the funnels, then the funnel. That would be my suggestion. But heck, if you want to change the order, go for it. But this is the checkpoints over the next 2, 3, 4 weeks that you want to implement. Some things are quick and easy. Some things like the funnels might take a bit longer. The event might be a week or so. That's the checkpoint. So I've given you guys the recipe now, right? I've given you the recipe, everything you need to succeed. It's a big session. It's overwhelming. I'll put the slides in the group later on today. I'll also put the replay, I'll upload the replay later on today. Most of what I've gone through today, there's trainings, SOPs, scripts, templates, and processes for in both the business coaching and the VA portal. Spend some time with your VA, training them, setting that stuff up, and really equip them for success. If I hire an appointment setter and they don't work, that's on me, not them. That's just how I view it. I take full responsibility. I chose wrong. I didn't train them properly. I didn't spend enough time with them, whatever it might be. I just take full responsibility. That's why I don't get frustrated and angry. Well, that's not true. Too frustrated and angry at them. Okay. So this is a lot to take in. And this is just appointment setting. In business, we also have sales systems. We also have marketing. We also have building team. We have other elements. So it can be overwhelming. You know, I've basically given you a world-class meal plan or fitness program. As a personal trainer, you can give someone a meal plan or fitness plan. I've given you the plan. But does the plan guarantee the results? No, that's why personal training became so popular. The difference between a meal plan, giving someone a meal plan, a fitness plan, and personally training them is huge for results. Who's going to get better results? The person with the personal trainer or the person following a meal plan, fitness plan? We all know the person with the personal trainer. So I would love to personally train each of you and help set all these things up. Who would like it if I was to personally help you set this up? Look at your scripts, set up your SOPs, your avatar, your funnels, your pre-qualifying system. Who would like me to personally work with you to set all that up? Well, there's a couple of ways to do that, but the way I want to talk to you with now is through our group business coaching program. We have a group business coaching program. We just launched one. We've got our next one launching on July 19th. It's designed to show you how to launch and build your online coaching consulting agency business to $20,000 months. And it goes for 16 weeks. Here's what you get in the group coaching program. You get a 1-hour coaching session every week. Okay. That's a live coaching session, and it's with me or one of the 3 coaches, and I do have heavy involvement. We create a plan and a map, or reverse engineer your business through a success blueprint. We give you all the marketing plans and strategies you need. We go through entire sales SOPs and refine them in your scripts. Obviously, you get 24/7 access to the coaches in the inner circle, and then you've got the courses and so forth in there as well. And there's a typo in here as well. Here's an outline of the 16 weeks. I just realized there's a typo. Oh no, there it is. I just didn't scroll quickly. Oh, it's weird. Did you guys see that? Well, that was really weird. Something weird just happened. Anyway, so the first session, we create your success blueprint and plan and map out reverse engineer your business. And then create clarity on where you're going. Because if you don't have a plan for how to get to where you want, but also reverse engineer it, you gotta go, this is what my business is like, finish and then reverse engineer it. Otherwise, you're just throwing spaghetti at the wall. Second session, we go through your unconscious money blueprint to elevate your financial thermostat. The third and fourth session, we go through sales SOPs. We create your sales scripts, your avatar, your pitch deck template, your pitch decks, your pre-qualifying system. We put all that together, your links, the whole sales system, we refine it. Session 5 and 6, we launch or relaunch. Session 7, we go through and optimize your social media and set up your Facebook funnel, your LinkedIn, and so forth. Session 8, we create a social media content planner. So we map out all of your content weeks in advance. We do it with intention. Session 9, we help you set up those 5 funnels and offers and set them up. I'll help you personally with the offers and set those up, and you can have our team or you can do the funnels yourself. We help you launch your first online challenge. Okay. We help you launch your first group coaching or next group coaching program. We have an awesome 8-week marketing launch program for that. This is a business coaching program, so we also help you with business and financial time management, SOPs and systems as well. And then we help you roll out event campaigns with multiple events. So that's a 16-week process. How much do you guys think that would be worth? What's the value of that? How much do you think other people out there would be charging for a 16-week group business coaching program like that? How much do you think that would be valued at? What do you think that would be worth? 15K, 25K, 10K? Yeah. I did some research. The average for something like this is 10 to 15,000. For me, I love to make things affordable. You notice none of our prices are really expensive. Normally it's only 3,000. Normally it's actually normally 3,997. This is the old one for some reason. This is a new slide, but the old price. So it's normally $3,997 Aussie for the whole program, or a payment plan of 199 per week. But today I'm doing a 50% off special for you guys for half price. You can do everything I just showed with you in the program, the full 4-month program, for a one-time payment of 1997 Aussie. That's it for the whole program. Or a payment plan of 24 weeks of just 99 Aussie per. That's 66 USD per week. If you're in the US, if I say to you for 66 bucks a week for 16 weeks, you can get an hour call with me and all the coaches, and we help you set all that up. Who would say it's a good deal? If you want more from your VAs, I highly encourage everybody to do it. We do have a one-on-one business coaching program. I also do have a one-off session as of last week. If you guys want to get off on a one-on-one session for an hour or two with me where I review everything and give you feedback and refine it, I'm happy to do that as well. You can reach out to me with that. You can do a one-off one-on-one session with me. We have a group business coaching program, which I encourage you guys to do, and we have a one-on-one program. If for those that have a VA, when you join the group business coaching program, your VA will join the session every week. They're trained in the systems, and I'll actually help you set them up for the action items to help you with all this stuff as well. And we actually pay them for the hour on your behalf as well. So it's a really good system. So if you want to join the next group program, which is starting in 7 more weeks, just shoot me a message and say, hey, I want to pay up front, or I want to do the payment plan. We'll plug you in. You'll get access to the business portal right now as well. There's a business coaching portal. So so you'll get access to this business coaching portal here as well in our program. It's got all the 16 modules in here that I just went through. It's very in depth. It's got like everything I went through today and more. Like this is a full business coaching course and program. So it's an entire business course and portal. You get access to that as well. For the price, it's ridiculous. It's actually, we could literally charge triple the price and people would be happy to pay. I know a bunch of you guys are in the program right now. You're enjoying it. We're launching this week, which is pretty cool. I really want to get more people in this group because it's just a great program, incredibly valuable for the price you pay. It's actually ridiculous. So if you want to join the group program, just shoot me a message, say how I'll pay up front, get out of the way. I'll do the payment plan. If you'd rather just get on a one-on-one call with me, like a one-time, shoot me a message. We'll talk about that as well. We can spend an hour or two on the call. I'll look at your avatar, look at your pre-qualifying system, look at your scripts. The VA can join and get you set up as well. Really, we're just doing everything in our power to serve you and add value and make sure you guys are successful. But I do want to take a moment to say thank you so much, everybody, for joining us today. I really hope you got tremendous value from that. Who's glad you attended? You guys glad you attended? Yeah. Are you guys ready to get to work, implement? Knowledge is not power, it's the application of knowledge. Elizabeth, Erica, Lee, Andrew, Vedas, Julio, Erica, Jesse, Laurie, Aldwin, Nick, Marion, Nell Superstar, Tracy, Myla, Grace, Sarah, Marie, Lisa, Rianne, Eliza, everyone is here. Thank you so much for joining us. I'll upload everything into the group later on today. Hope you guys have an amazing day. Sit down and look at the list of what you're not doing. Start implementing that with the VA. Give yourself a month. It's going to take 30 days to implement everything from today. No rush. Focus on one step at a time. It takes time to refine SOPs. So If you're in for the group program, shoot me a message. If you'd rather jump on a one-on-one call with me personally, shoot me a message. And anything we can do to serve you, we're here for you. If you want help with the funnels, also shoot me a message as well. Awesome, guys. Thanks. Have a great day. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.